doing today? Because I hope everyone's doing absolutely amazing right now. Because I am right now just been vibing. Just go with it for much. I love you. Andy! Welcome, welcome! I love you too, Andy. I love you too. Wait. Let me give you a shout out, Andy. 125%. You guys should definitely check out Andy. They are an amazing streamer and amazing friend, and they're so sweet. I love them so much. Please give them a follow. They're amazing. Thank you for the punch in my eye. I literally just like got up from my chair and like slammed down. Oh, Butterfly Lady! Thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it for 2 months. Holy cow. Hello, cutie. How's my favorite? I am doing absolutely amazing. How you doing, Butterfly Lady? Aggie, huge raid. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, Aggie and Raiders. How you guys doing? How was your stream, by the way, Aggie? Hold on. There we go. What is that music? It's literally Monkey Lo-Fi, Andy. Did you love it? I literally have like a whole playlist of animal beats. The next one is frog music, bird music, cat type music, and then we got dolphin, whales, goats, dogs, birds, more birds. We literally have the animal kingdom as our music. Hello, Aggie. Oh, you're playing Elden Ring. How was that? I'm guessing you popped off. I'm guessing. I love it. Yeah, it's literally a big, and plus not to mention, right? Since I have an archive channel, I have to also be careful of like copyright. So literally, I've been just kind of using this. Paint. Oh, I can imagine. Did you like how far are you into Elden Ring, Aggie? Like, what boss are you trying to beat right now? Also, no lie, chat. I find it so stressful having to commission artists because I am literally so. Oh, thank you so much for that. Best I play right. I find it so stressful having to like commission people I never talk to, just because I feel like, no lie, that I feel like I am just like, because like a lot of people, like, you know, the way I type is an acquired taste, right? And I always like, I have been recently trying not to type in all caps because I feel like it stresses people out. And oh my god, it's so like hard for me not to. I always get so scared. I haven't beaten the major one, only the minor ones in Limegrave is my first time playing. Oh, I heard it's good to like do like the minor ones. Oh my god, same. Yeah, because I always like, I think the reason why I'm so stressed is because I would not want to be like seen as like those clients or those type of people that like commission artists or, you know what I mean? Like, I do not want to be that type of person at all, I'm being honest with you. Everyone I met has copied your cap speech in Sova. Yeah, it literally is like a virus. My cap speech is like literally a virus. But whenever I commission artists, I don't really try cap speech because I always like worry about making it to it. Oh, thank you so much for the little gang. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I think just kind of like, oh my god. And I need to like also like, even though I am doing commissions, right, and I have like a set price, I am still like so nervous like of actually accepting the money fully. I was like, I'm prepared to sleep to your monkey love. All right, Andy, hope you sleep well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Love you. But it's like literally like I am so stressed about accepting like proper amount of money. It's because like, I don't know. It's just like I find it so scary, right? That like, oh man, I could get paid for this. Is scary. Like, what if like, because like, it's like, I think it's just because like there's a lot of other editors out there. And I feel like, oh my god, I should not be being paid for this. Literally, these editors could literally solo me if they wanted to. And it makes me so stressed. And I always like wonder like, oh my god, I need like improvement. Like literally, no lie, I think unironically, I like literally get panic attacks. Like I actually literally, one time I was spending so much time thinking about it, chat, that I like literally like started having trouble breathing. Just because I was like so like overwhelmingly thinking about it, being stressed about it, wondering like, okay, I need to figure out what can I do to become better, right? And become like not even better than them, but more overall just like how much can I like try to improve myself, you know? That is like what I wanted because like I think, well, Annie went to sleep, but they know like my end goal is like a very hefty one just because like basically I want to be like, if you guys ever know about the YouTuber Tobias Fate, like his editors are insane, but the thing is they're a team of editors, right? So like as me having a standard of wanting to be like that when they have like a whole team of animators and editors on the beck and call is insane, but like I still want to like be able to reach that. That means because like what if I decide to like edit a video for a whole month and I want to make something like that, you know? Like that's like kind of like what I've been kind of like wanting to strive for. It should be like the like peak possible like editing I can be, you know? Cause I don't know, cause like there's still stuff I don't know about editing. Like you can never know everything about everything. Also, I'm gonna get this headpad off. We're not getting back to the old cycle again. I still love the headpad though, Andy. If you can still hear me, love you though. But it's like I just want to reach a certain peak, right? And reaching that certain peak is like scary to me. Just cause like I always worry about reaching a peak because like I want to keep striving to like basically what I'm trying to say is that I am so worried about like stuff and accepting like cash for this and all that, even though I really want to do this full time and everything. To me it's so scary. Like it gives me anxiety so badly, chat. Like I actually literally just get panic attacks thinking about it. But it is, and recently I've been just kind of like getting a lot of people interested in it, and it kind of adds like a lot of like reassurance that I am actually on the right track of my editing. Like literally having people say like, oh hey, we love your editing, we love the energy, we love this, we want this to apply to our video. I love your editing, I want you to do something for me. Like having people approach me about this stuff literally gives me like a lot of like confidence about like what I am doing right. Cause like when I first started editing commissions, right, I didn't think it was because I was a good editor, just because literally when I first started it out, it was $1 commissions, right? It was entirely $1 commissions. That's why I want to come here all the time saying, Andy, no, you get it for free. You get it for free and only free, Andy. Don't be stinky about it, Andy. But I don't know, literally accepting money makes me anxious. I think it's because like when I receive money for it, I always like get more paranoid because like every one of my edits I'm satisfied with, but also it's also a time where like after the edit's sent and done, I'll be like, wait, I could have done a little bit more. I could always do a little bit more. Not if I know where your donut button, not if I know where your donut button is. Andy, dubious behavior, satanic even. Dubious satanic. I swear, Annie's literally the most dubious person I ever met in my life. But I don't know, it's like, not to mention too, like YouTube, like I keep on ranting on this every stream. But YouTube is like something that I wanna like do, but I am so nervous because like editing, like on like I feel like YouTube is a point where like your editing has to be really insanely good. Where do you think no one can be more dubious than me, Annie. But it's like I'm always so nervous about like, cause like I told my friend Imbrihez and Zombie that hey, I want to like work on YouTube stuff, but like I'm so nervous about like actually like trying to get into it, cause like I feel like, because like in YouTube, right, there's so many crazy editors and like crazy editor teams for big YouTube. You got to figure out how to stand out, right? And yeah, I've seen like a lot of VTubers don't even bother with like the whole crazy editing portion, like making crazy good edits, because in the end of the day, they could just literally just just like put some text on the screen, they're done, or they'll just have a VOD channel. That's good enough for YouTube content. But to me, right, I think it's because like this might sound like nerdy. I'm not even like fanboying at this point. It's more like me just like stating like what I'm saying though. Like for what to like. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Like for example, like this not even fanboying or like, because there's like still some other VTuber, like the fact that I had some VTubers like and some people tell me like, hey, also thank you AG for releasing the big one. That is rancid. But literally people would tell me like, oh hey Beepers, like I love your content, I would love you to stretch out your like your social media than just Twitter and Twitch. And I'm like, they're not wrong, that's true. Like I'm stretching to TikTok, that's doing well for me and everything. Trust me, you are your worst critic. Best to do good work, but throw stuff out there. Better having complete something than beautiful nothing. Yeah, like that's the same thing that Brihez and Zombie said, but like it's so scary because like I think my major anxiety is just literally because it's like first impressions basically, because I haven't released a first video in the main channel at all. Like I just like want to release something that's like literally tell people, hey, this is what I could do. This is me. This is my peak, you know? What I've noticed is that VTubers then ask for something they want. They copy what they see as commercial, but if someone go for whatever you feel like you can, you'll be able to show your case abilities and grow your portfolio. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing is like just edit for people for as gifts just to like experience and learn more. Also, like Cat Lo-Fi is pussin'. Yeah! Literally, what's up next after Cat Lo-Fi, actually? Let me see. Wait, no, I don't want to listen to Monkey Town. We're going to listen to Dolphin. Techno Dolphin music. But yeah, literally, it's... Like, you're right. Also, hello, Zach Crocs? I don't know how to say your name correctly. But yeah, that's it. Like, Zach Crocs, I think. I don't know how to say your name. I'm just calling you Zach. But yeah, literally, like, yeah, you're right. Like, I need to, like, actually put something out there. And you know what? I'm using HitFilm to edit. Freaking HitFilm. But I want to move to DaVinci Land. Dude, I will be happy to teach you how to use DaVinci. Like, every Friday, I made this a thing. Every Friday, we do editing streams. So if you want to watch me, like, do my quick edits. Like, these are quick edits, though. Don't get me wrong. They're not, like my best I can do. But they'll teach you the basics. I'll be always happy to tell you what to, like, kind of do in my own way. Because at the end of the day, being an editor is being a director. That's the most important thing. I was like, yeah, Dolphin Techno, Friday edit class. Yeah, basically. And I kind of want to, like, actually, like, maybe gather some people who'll be down to, like, edit with me in a voice chat. And we, like, show off our edits at the end and, like, see how, like, our different editing styles are. I think that'd be really cute. I'd be happy to attend. I'm glad. But yeah, I'm always down to help people with that because I feel like editing is something that, like, a lot of people know because they see it in YouTube videos, but they don't really understand the detail that goes into it, as well as, like, what makes the impact. I always tell people there's always, like, so let's say I have a joke, right? A joke needs to find a proper exposition to be used, right? So, for example, would this be funny if I zoom in this, like, this one specific area and track it? Or would it just make the flow of the video weird? Like, everything has a flow. That's why, like, for example, I don't put, like, loud memes when someone's quiet. If someone is too much of a quiet, like, streamer or content creator, I do not put loud things or, like, hyperactive music. Or, like, you don't put hyperactive music and nothing crazy is going on. Like, I think the best example is, like, the edit I made for Sigrid. I'm pretty sure you guys, hold on, let me post it in the chat. Like, the edit I made for Sigrid is the best example of this. Since Sigrid was, right, like, basically going to kill someone, right? Literally, I thought, okay, let's put the King Deity music because that one has fast-paced action and it feels like it's fighty, right? Funny enough, I practice with fan edits within my own edits. I got content, but I have fun. That is honestly the same with me. I have fun making stuff for people. Just due to the fact, I think it's because, like, I think, am I allowed? Yeah, you're allowed to stream me, Annie. Like, I do say, though, there'll be times you're quiet, Annie, so I usually mix the memes up, basically. You know what I mean? Like, the best example is when I made your Silent Hill comp, like, there'll be some quiet, low memes, or, like, whenever you're, like, in a chaotic situation, there'll be more louder memes. It's usually, like, a mix in between those. But which one? I actually enjoy making ads for people just because, like, I think it's kind of like how I like cooking, right? I like seeing people eat my food, and they'll, like, be, like, you know, they always give you that sound, like, you know, like, that little subtle, like, sound, like, they're, like, enjoying it. Like, it's kind of like with editing, like, if someone gets, like, a slight chuckle from my edit, that gives me so much dopamine. And, like, yes, I love making my own edits, so, like, I even laugh at my own stuff and laugh at myself. But at the same time, it's just, like, it hits very different feeling someone happy about what you did. You know, it's like you change that person's day for the better. And to me, that's, like, literally just a blessing. This is why Beer's the GOAT. No, I am not the GOAT. You're the GOAT, Annie. You're the GOAT. But it's like, it's so crazy to me that I am still trying to learn how to be a content creator and also editor at the same time. Like, it's so bonkers to me that people are, like, able to understand everything so easily. But to be fair, I haven't really took the time to research it or anything, but I'm actually reaching the point where, like, I need actually someone to actually help me manage stuff. But I'm not even sure if I want to commission a VTuber manager, because, like, there's not even disrespect towards them, but I feel like I am not I feel like I don't have much substance to like help grow as with a manager, you know what I mean? I feel like what you need a manager is when you actually reach a point where like one person cannot manage, and I think I can manage just fine. I think I just need like someone to actually help me understand things. Because like again, I told you guys at the end of the day I want to do this like full time. Like I actually am working really hard to like understand, oh, how do algorithms work? How does this work? How does this that work? Like it's literally me entirely learning. And they did a compilation for someone as a birthday present secret. Had a voice actor for cameo at the end. Ooh, that is sick as hell, dude. That is insanely sick. But yeah, the funny thing is with me too, is like whenever people ask for long videos, sometimes they give me something that I generally cannot make a long video with. Like the best client I had was actually Annie, just because Annie literally gave me VODs properly and also like literally told me what kind of like style they want. I had clients that literally don't even have any VODs and they'll just send me something right that I just generally cannot like work with basically. Like they'll just send me like, oh, assortment of clips and suspect me to like make it like 20 minutes or like 30 minutes, and I'll be like, dude, these are not enough clips. You just only sent me 10 clips, and 10 clips doesn't even equate to close to 5 minutes. But I do say though, one hurdle I always need to get over is I actually hate collecting my own stuff or making my own stuff. I kind of wish I have everything in one place so I can just get right into the editing grind. Because unironically, I think the most annoying thing is getting your stuff for editing. I don't know why. I have some editors say they say it's the most like peaceful thing ever. But to me personally, I think that's the most annoying thing ever. Having to collect everything you need pisses me off. I still need unironically, I wish I had someone like approach me for like wanting League edits. Because I actually want to try out editing. Like there's some games, right, that I unironically would love to edit. Like here's like the games I would love to edit. League. I'm gonna record yours tonight. Need a big drive though. Oh, literally, whatchamacallit, Twitch just downloads them automatically, Zach. I don't have to record them at all. But, whatchamacallit. I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna say, like, here's the games I kind of love editing for. I unironically love editing any horror games, shooters in any genre. League. I haven't done any League ones, but I have so many ideas when it comes to League, when I see League stuff. And I can't remember the other ones. But there's like, I'm getting hiccups, oh my god. But there's like a lot of like edits I want to do. Like it's actually like throwing up insane. Like how much I got like ideas for. Like unironically. But I do say though, one thing I want to do is probably like distinguish myself as an editor slash content creator. Like I feel like, because I have like a certain way I want to grow myself, is that I want to grow myself as like, not just like, oh, thank you, just that, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, I know I'm the best, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's like, I want to also like distinguish myself. Also, hello, Disaster, how you doing? Everything's wrong with you, by the way. But I also want to distinguish myself as an editor slash content creator. I don't want to be known as like, oh, the editor. You know what I mean? Like, even though unironically it probably would just be what it is going to be, what I am just going to be known for as the editor, right? But I still want to be known as like other stuff too. Like, oh, this is the funny robot guy. Oh, this guy screams a lot. Oh, this guy is brainwash on about dumb stuff a lot. He's a goober. Like, I want to be known for that type of stuff. To me, that's like a different type of feeling, you know? And like, I just want to also like build like a proper community and everything. Hello, Purified! Welcome, how you doing? Everything is wrong with you right now. Meow, 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 meow. Wait, actually, wait. Since you literally said meow, I am gonna put back on the cat rap. You're gonna have the cat rap because you said meow, Purified. But there's just a lot of stuff I need to like learn and actually properly grow myself and probably get known too, because like I want to like keep on, like I just want to continue being better, and I want to be better for you guys as well, especially the people who stick with me when I'm like still here. Well, not still here, but whatchamacallit, where I'm at right now. Just because literally I think it just be like I just want to improve. Like, I want to literally be the best possible content creator I can possibly can. I'm good. Hey, I am glad you're doing good. But I literally have, like a set standard I really want to get, you know? It's like, to me, it's the most important thing. To me, personally. Like, I think it's so important. Just because, I don't know, because, like, I want to, like, set a precedent? I don't know. But set, like, I want to, like, be able to, like, show people, like, I want to show people good content, right? And I want to, like, be able to, like, make people's day. Like, it sounds so cheesy. Like, everyone says this a lot, but I generally want to make people, like, feel happier and, like, actually, like, it, like, all that jazz. Even though it's so cheesy, but I unironically love trying to make people's day. As well as, like, one thing I just love about this is because, like, every day it's different, right? Every conversation I say, everything I meet, every the people I meet is always gonna be different, and everything I do will be different every day. And like, sure, I have a good job now, but it's like it's the same thing every day, and I enjoy this because like I just get to do anything, and I be able to like have a new experience every day. Like, isn't that like, to some it's tiring, but to me it's like amazing. Like, I unironically love it just so much. Like, I love it so much. Like, to me it's just amazing. It's like I am so thankful for so many people that are like, that love me for my who I am and love me for like what I do. And like a lot, like, I've had some people say they're terrified of me, which I honestly, I don't know where they get that from. I'm being honest with you. I am not that terrified. I am literally always open to DMs. No, don't type like a bot, though. I unironically instantly block anyone who types like a bot. I'm being honest with you. Because I don't want to even bother talking to a bot. As soon as someone types like a bot, they're instantly smited to gods. But it's still so crazy to me. Like, and I'm just crazy how far I've gotten. Like, I've basically reached finally. I still need to do a stream anniversary of mine, because I have finally basically reached a year. A year streaming as a VTuber. Like, to me, that is insane. Like, literally reaching that point to me is insane. I'll continue drawing later. Ooh, why you can be drawing, Purify? I would love to know. I love art. Art literally gives me massive dopamine. But it's like there's like it's just so crazy. Never have I thought I would like reach like 1,000 on Twitter, right? And 1,000 on TikTok already. And like I don't look at numbers out, but like it's insane how fast I've grown. My brain needs to, oh, that's right. Literally I had many times where my brain rots while I'm editing. And sometimes I'll be too lazy to get out of my chair, so I usually just kind of sleep in my chair and just like pass away basically. Like, that is, like, literally my vicious cycle, I'm not gonna lie. Like, unironically, it's my most... Also, by the way, after I'm done, like, my whole spiels and all that, we're gonna be watching an hour-long video. Because I've actually been really wanting to watch it, but I saved it to watch it with you guys. It's called The Rise of Digital Horror, Making Nostalgia Scary. And, like, literally, to me, that's, like, actually, like, it's just gonna talk about, like, the history, right? Of like analog horror and digital horror, which to me is gonna be actually really interesting to watch, to be honest. I think it'll be really cool to watch. Because honestly, digital, like, chat, have you guys ever like played like Gary's mod or like any like source game, and you're like in an empty lobby and then you decide to like, and you just stay there and it just feels like very terrifying just hearing like the ambient sounds of the map and everything. I want to be entertained by in the beginning. You have to build yourself from nothing. Connecting with others to achieve similar goals make things easier. Despite all of that, I do need to extend my expectations to reasonable levels. I focus on that habits. I will pay the roads I need to take. Yeah, when I first started out, I kind of literally shoot for low, and I kind of like kept on like learning to focus on myself and keep striving. Like, I am nowhere near. Like, I'm not even a micro celebrity. I am, like, literally, like, an atom celebrity. I'm less than a micro. And, like, I still need to keep on learning that, like, In the end of the day, just keep on your consistency and keep on trying to be yourself. Because there's one thing I will refuse, chat. I will absolutely refuse to ever stoop. I am never going to change myself for content. I am never going to change who I am for anything. Because there's one thing I would say, because I even like throwing shade at anyone or throwing disrespect to anyone, but I do not have a streamer personality. Like, I do, like, if you talk to me in voice chat, I am more quiet than I am on stream. It's just because literally, I always, like, hesitate to, like, not, like, talk too much. Thank you so much for the little copy. Hope you all have a good lurk. But I always just refuse to, like, talk too much because I feel bad. But when I'm, like, this is me alone, being able to, like, talk fully, this is me. Like, I am not, like, give you guys any like bullshit personality or anything, and sorry for the word, but it's true. I don't give you any bullshit. I am just giving you guys as who I am, right? And this is me, and I refuse to like change what my morals. I refuse to change everything about what I need to do just for said content. I just want to be myself, you know? And to me, I feel like a lot of people forget that you don't have to change yourself to grow, you know? It's like, obviously I am not the most like I feel like people like need to realize that like personality, like people will love you for what you're doing right now, not what you're doing beforehand. Like if you're, wait, that doesn't make sense. I meant like basically being yourself people will love, changing yourself some people will love, and maybe some more people will love it, but would you be happy with it though? Would you personally be happy that you're not really you, right? Like, would you be happy with that? Because like, if you don't, God, I'm like losing my trip. But if you're not happy with that, then you become miserable later on, right? So I think it's just best to just continue being you and continue on forward. Because if you just give up a piece of you, that piece of you is something you're going to long for and realize you can never get it back. And that is the worst thing you can ever have. And that's what dwells, like, that's what, like from my experience with talking with people, right, who are in, like, VTubing and, like, streaming and all that, they just feel mentally distraught, right? Having to literally do things that they don't like or doing things non-stop that they're just endlessly in a loop. Where this is not them, I am losing connection with myself personally. And to me, that is like the most saddest and heartbreaking thing to hear. That the person that had the passion before is losing it because they had to sacrifice themselves just to get to where they are. And to me, that's like the most painfulest thing I could ever see happen to someone. I am who I am now. Exactly. It's better to be yourself. And I do not I understand people want to do this for because like maybe they cannot do other type of jobs or like they just have such a passion they were willing to do anything for it. But once you do it and once you reach that point, are you satisfied? Because when you do content creating, it's not about the money. Like, you unironically, the money helps. But when you want to get into content creator or join as a full-time, like, content creator, you do this because you like it. You don't do it just because, like, oh, I want to make money off of this. Yes, it's a good goal to make money off of this. But the main goal of wanting to get into it is that you want to make stuff for people and be able to, just express what you're enjoying. Because that is like the most important thing ever with content creating is enjoying what you take out and enjoy. That is the thing I feel like a lot of people miss is enjoy what you do. Do not care what other people do. And I get it. It's hard to do that, right? It's insanely hard to like do that. Because even I myself, I'm a victim of that. Like, I had moments where, like, I feel like I am not doing good enough. I get jealous. but I let that jealousy take over me? No. I use my jealousy to look inward and understand I need to improve myself better. I need to become better as a person, as a content creator, and keep on giving out good stuff for people. Hello, Cassere. Welcome, welcome. What's up, Q? I'm just right now ranting about stuff right now. But hope everything is well with you right now. It's like, people just need to understand that this is not a moneymaker. It could be later on, but it's all about enjoyment. Like, trust me, I'm a person that said I want to make this full time, and I do mean that. Sure, many people say that before. Everyone wants to be a full-time entertainer. But I am not going to beat myself up if I don't blow up fast or I don't even reach a certain goal. Like, I am going to just look inward and decide, okay, what can I do better? Is it my editing? Is it the way I post, the algorithm? Or is it like, what do I need to do better? It's never going to ever be everyone else's fault. This is the first time I wake up and saw your stream. Hello, Sapphire Melon! I'm glad you're awake for my stream. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Sorry that your first impression means that I'm a ranting maniac. Because right now I am just right now ranting right now. But I am glad you guys are here to hear me rant. Because like, it's something that I want to get off my chest. It's because like, it's so, like, I feel so like sad for people. Not even sad for people, but like feel bad that I would see hardworking people like crumble. Like absolutely crumble. Seeing like, I don't know, like someone else posting like theirs blows up and like to them it seems slow effort, but to like what they did was like hard work. Like, it's like, to me it's like the most painfulest thing I've ever seen. Like I unironically like, I honestly like always like, I just tell people, just don't even worry about what other people do. Like other people have their own thing and they, you know, and I know this is an insanely hot take. And I know a lot of people will hate me for saying this, but I always say this to people. Content creating has two things, and you kind of need both. Hard work and, actually, no, there's three things. Hard work, consistency, luck. And, you know, you need all three of these things. And you might be what beepers. What do you mean by that? Well, it's luck to have people, like, click on your stream. But it's hard work and consistency to keep people there. Monotone God, oh my God, Monotone God. Hey, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, Monotone God. How are you doing, dude? Hope everything is well with you right now, man. But, like I said, your hard work and consistency is what keeps people staying. It's the luck of having people click on you, knowing you, all that stuff. Yes, networking is a thing, but you could network as much as you want. It won't be niche if those people don't even like come near you at all. It's literally a triforce of work. You need three of them to succeed. And three of them and you might be one success to you, beepers. You don't just play League of Legends. Oh, you play League of Legends. What do you play? Like, what role and champion you mostly play? God, I love your model slasher. Yeah, Lavelle did an amazing job with it. And we got a lot of cool stuff coming along the way. I think you're going to also love that too, Monotone God. I think you'll love that too. But there's so much to, like, know. You know, there's so much to do and know. Like, I made, like, a Twitter post, like, talking about, like, VTubing is hard. And, yeah, it's, like, literally the hardest thing ever, for sure. Like, it's really hard. Also, wait, Annie just added me. Oh, literally, I see a yippee creature. Let me see. Hold on, where's my yippee? There we go, send the yippee. But yeah, for sure, yeah. Like, is it also the same with like any forms of creative media, right? It's like, actually, even in creative media, like content creating, art, music, editing, everything. It's all about following what the algorithm wants you to do too also. And you might be wondering, okay, what do you mean by that? Oh, thank you. But you might be also wondering, like, oh, what do you mean by that, Beepers? Well, it's literally also like knowing, oh, for example, art is the best example. You know, when every single Pokemon Direct, you have artists immediately making fan art for the Direct instantaneously. It's because it's literally trending. It's trending, so it's popular. Same with editors who make memes. If you make memes of the recent Direct immediately, that's gonna pop off and cause like a trend originating from your meme. It's literally a non-stop cycle. You need to find that sweet spot. And you know when you truly made it, chat, is when you could literally do what you want without having to follow the trend. That is the most important thing. And the most complicated thing too. That's why I just tell people, like, I used to be, okay, this is like a little thing. I used to be ignorant, right? I used to be ignorant about saying, like, oh, people who do this just play games and that's it. But when I actually, like, got into VTubing, like, actually sit down, like, I understood there was actually a lot of complexity of work to, like, streaming, right? But I kind of overly simplified it. But when I actually sat down, learned, listened, understand, that is when I realized this is hard. This is hard, and I need to, like, understand that I need to keep on improving. Also, hello, Liz, welcome. I'm sorry that didn't pop off, though. Actually, let me re-redeem it for you to make it work. Hold on. I'll re-redeem it for you. Wait, does that redeem not work? Wait, let me check the other one. Because they just recently, wait, let me check this one.
Hello there.
Oh, it just kicked in now. Okay, it was like super delayed. It was super delayed. But how, Liz, how you doing? Everything is well with you right now. We are right now just chatting and talking about, like, content creating, VTubing, and all that, and, like, all that jazz. Wait, literally, Andy said, are you streaming? Yes, I am. Because I am literally responding to, like, tweets while I'm talking to you guys right now. But I am very sleepy, so I was looking for a stream to fall asleep too. Yeah. Okay, Liz, are you okay though? Because I am very loud and I play loud stuff. Are you okay with sleeping to my stream? If so, I greatly appreciate you choosing for your sleeping stream. I think, to me, that's the most flattering thing ever. Here's like the two most flattering thing I could say anyone can do for me when I'm a streamer. I'm gonna sleep to your stream. I'm eating food while watching you. I sleep just curious all this. Oh, let's go, Liz. You're liking me. I love listening to like loud games or like literally like anything super loud. I actually adore it so much. I adore it so much. Oh god, man. Oh my god. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, also not to mention with like content creating as well. You kind of also have to be a one-man team unless you're willing to fork over a lot of cash. To me, it's so insane seeing like people have full-on teams. Like, I find it so surreal. Like, what do you do on a streamer team, right? Like, I get being an editor and all that, but like, people who are in charge of marketing and all that, like, dude, how do you do that? Where can you safely say like, oh yeah, this is my directive right here. This is my job here. Like, how can you predict that stuff? Because it's always ever changing and all that. Like, do you have insider info to know about that stuff? Like, unironically, bonkers to me. It's so bonkers that I just can't even comprehend. It's insane to me. One of these days, though, another thing, did you make the artwork that are lovely? No, I have not. No, I have not. Literally, everything is made by Lavelle right here, minus the chat box and all that. Literally, everything is basically made by Lavelle. The background, the little, like, doodles, too. All that, basically. She basically made all of this. She did a really good job. But, whatchamacallit? Because you'll see the credits down below Monoto. I put them in the credits section, I'm pretty sure. But, man, one of these days, though, if I ever make it, chat, I unironically want to hire so many people to work as like my own team. Like unironically, Monotone God, if I ever make it, on God, I will literally hire you to be a personal like musician forever. Say like I literally have the dream team in my head. I have Cinnamon, my friend who basically made my emotes banner and like a lot of stuff. You, Monotone, for the permanent musician. My friend Zombie as the thumbnail artist. And Breehez as my manager. That will be my dream team, and also Vesper. That unironically would be my dream team of like people who will work under me. And that is like my goal, is to literally be able to like fund people's passion. Because I'm pretty sure your passion is making music, Monotone, right? Obviously. I want to be able to fund my friends' passions while also them helping fund mine. Literally, that is why I want to, like, it's not even, like, also just, like, a me thing. I just want to continue to, like, grow, to, like, be able to understand, to, like, become better as a creator and everything, while also being able to have the power and influence to help, like, my friends reach their, like, absolute bliss of enjoyment. Because I love passionate people. And, like, I'm a passionate person as well. That's why I love passionate people. Like, sounds egotistical a little bit, but that is why I love like passionate people. Because like I think passionate people deserve the attention. Like it's bonkers to me that I would see the most complex, beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, and people like they don't even like properly get recognition, or like even like I just want to be able to influence that so badly. Because, like, I care so much. Like, I care so much about strangers. If they're mean, I don't care. But if they're, like, passionate and nice, like, I care so much to see. Like, I get excited and happy seeing other people happy. This is not even, like, me being like, oh, it's cheesy. No. I generally feel happy seeing people happy and inspiring to reach their goals. Because, ironically, I think in the world, we need more people reaching their dreams and reaching what they want to do. That's what we need more in this world. Because, man, it's just like, it's just sad. Like, just seeing, like, not sad. It's inspiring, too, to see hard people, like, juggling what they don't want to do, but also do what they do. Because to me, that's also inspiring. But seeing how much they toil and, like, the big, like, the uncarried wave that is, like, social media and all that. And, like, everything else. It's just, like, it reaches a point where, like, I want to be, like, I want to be able to reach out and help without, like, helping them properly. That is, like, that's why I'm just, like, this is why I'm doing this, because I love making people happy. I love making content. I want to help people. I want to truly help people. Because, like, there's so much people that deserve it. And there's so much people that hard at work trying to deserve it. And then, yes, I know the whole people are going to say, like, well, if you give them what they want right away, they won't appreciate as much as they would if they, like, work hard for it. Which is, yeah, that's the truth. But a nudge, right? All it takes is one nudge to, like, make someone's day. You know? Just one single nudge is all you need. Just one single nudge. And that's, like, why I just... Like, I am so happy I got to VTubing, dude. Like, seeing so many, like, talented, passionate people and very kind people. Yes, there were some bad hiccups along the way. But, man, I'm so thankful for everyone. Like, everyone I met, everyone I had the time to talk to, heck, the people that I briefly interacted with, everything. Seeing people grow, inspire, like, other people to grow, seeing other people, like, improve, like... Seeing all of that just inspires me to do better and work hard. Just seeing everyone work hard makes you want to work hard, you know? Like, to me, that's just phenomenal. People like that are just absolutely phenomenal. And they deserve every bit of what they got. For sure. For sure. Oh, I'm getting emotional, chat. Jesus Christ. I've literally... This is why... I always don't rant in voice chats, because I could go on for so long. And adding to when someone tries to talk to me while I rant for so long, that will add in like a solid. Like, we're going to be here for 55 hours if someone else was like here to like talk with me with stuff. Like, we will ironically be here forever. But Man, there's like so much. There's so much to this, like too much like content creating everything. And I love it. I actually love how much there is to learn. To like learn, understand, and everything. There's so much to do. And having this much to do, so amazing. Makes me so freaking happy. So freaking happy to see it, dude. So good. So good. And like honestly, I'm very thankful. Like one thing, like unironically though, one thing I kind of want also as another end goal is also be a full-time editor for one person. I think that'd be really helpful and really nice. Oh, Harvester Core! Welcome, welcome, Raiders! How was your stream? Whatchamacallit? Let me shout you out really quick. How was your stream? I remember you were playing Ultra Kill. Movie Cowboy, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I need to type your name off. Unit. He's a cool robot. Yes, I am not a cool robot, but Harvester Core is certainly a way cooler robot for sure. Diddly darn sure. Thank you so much for a follow, Gamma and Little's Eternity. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys joined when I was like literally busy ranting. Thank you so much, Hamo Promo Yuri? I don't know. Hot take, you're both cool. That is true. That is true. The stream was wonderful. Continue in Act 3. Godfist suicide. Ooh. You're so issues. I am not cute. I think that title belongs to some other people. I wouldn't name any names, alright? Heavenly! Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. But man, you guys kind of joined awkward. I was like, oh, thank you for watching my posture check. Yoink! There we go. Hey, what's up, King? What is up? Hope everything is well with you. But you're so small and cute. I am not small. I am a solid 1 million feet tall, all right? Okay, dude, I got sure. I have a wonderful stream. Beepers, my boy. Bye, Harvest. Thank you so much for the raid. Good, appreciate it. Hope you have a good shower. You gotta get rid of the blood of the meat bags you slaughtered, right? Right? Hopefully. I'm kind of new to the trade, but I saw some of your edits on Twitter. It's good stuff. Thank you, Monotone. Literally, my edit, like, God, you guys should have seen my first ever edit. Oh my God. Literally, it was in Capwing, and like I was trying to figure out how to do tracking, and it was not really tracking, so you just see like the text jump around the place. God, it was awful. But hey, it was a good learning stepping stone though. It was a good learning stepping stone for sure. Because like I said, chat, literally, like I'm so glad I got into V2, and just because I get to meet so many amazing people, and heck, the amazing people are here in this chat, and you guys are the amazing people too. Honk, honk, hey, hey, nudge, nudge. But like, it's so inspiring seeing people work so hard. And I want to work even harder. Like, I just want to work really hard. I like, yes, I've been having like some like physical issues though. Cause like, for example, I've been like spending so much time editing and so much like learning. Because I also have edits that I'm not really showing anyone. It's mostly me practicing. That like I honestly don't even forget to sleep. I just sleep in my chair. That's like what I've been noticing recently. That is my flaw. Is I need to learn how to self-care. But it's so hard because like I want to keep working hard. I feel like I have so much ground to cover that I want to keep to be able to reach that point. You know, to me that's like a main goal is to keep on working hard. Also, not to mention too, it's like I just feel like there's a standard I want to live up to. Cause like I said, I want to live up to like Tobias Fate, not the streamer's personality, but his editors. Cause his editors are insane. They do 3D animation, cool visual effects, cool transitions, custom sound effects, etc. Right? I want to be that. And I get it, it's like kind of crazy to reach that point just due to the fact like, you know, hey beepers, that's a whole team of people. You think you could really be a whole team of people? I could certainly try. Like, would I like beat myself up for like not being fast enough? No, because like editing takes time. I think pretty much everyone understands that. But I want to be able to like reach the point where I could do that with given the time. Like I know my limits as an editor. Like, there's still stuff I need to learn. Like, for example, I still need to learn more cooler visual effects to make cool stuff. And I need to get better at green screen. Because my green screens, I'm going to be honest with you, chat, I feel like my green screens are actually kind of meh. Like, I could tell, like, I feel like a lot of people are okay with them, but, like, I always notice, like, the little issues with them sometimes. Like, that's what I usually notice a lot. People don't notice it, but I notice it. And I always, like, feel like, oh, if I could notice it, then someone's certainly gonna notice. And I know what Zek said earlier in the chat, like, you are your own worst critic. But, man, why do my critic got hands, chat? Why does it got hands? Literally be like the most, like, I'll be like, okay, guys, I finished my commission, time to send it to the client. And my head will be like, are you sure you want to do that? It kind of looks shit. And I'm like, what do you mean it looks like shit? Have you seen this part? Do you think it really flows? Or do you think they'll think it's funny? It sounds stupid. You should probably remove it. I think you should do something else. I go have him. Also, my tracking died. I gotta go have breakfast. Have a nice week. Thank you so much, Sapphire Melon. Thank you so much. Have you amazing breakfast. Thank you so much for stopping by. Also, my tracking has been goofy lately. Hello, camera? You looking at me? Thank you. But, oh my god, chat. Oh, so much to do, so much to see. So much to see. So much to do, so much, and a lot of plans. I have so much plans, and I have a lot of people working with me to get to those plans. Which one of them is in the chat that are helping me work towards those plans. Monotone. And, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm excited to show you guys what I've been working on. There's, like, a lot of stuff I've been working on. And I'm also excited to, like, because another thing, too, is, like, the end goal I want to also try to get is, YouTube consistency. I need to find a proper editing consistency that will allow me to make decent quality edits while also be able to, like, upload kind of consistently on YouTube. Dude, there's so, like, my brain has so much going on. I hope I do not reach burnout. I have not reached burnout yet. I have reached sad out where I'm sad, but burnout, Lord have mercy, chat. I do not want to reach that point. I am actually hoping I do not reach that point at all. Because if I reach that point, chat, we are in the danger zone. And I am literally going to throw up and cry if I reach that point. And I do not want to reach that point. Also, not to mention, I need to make more friends. Like, this sounds depressing as hell. But most of my friends are very busy people or, like, time zone related. So I kind of literally, like, I'm mostly alone. And I always, like, feel kind of dookie about that. I need to, like, make more friends. I need to like, talk to more people. Like, I talk to people a good bit, but I, like, chat, I think there's, like, a character flaw or something. But my love language of, like, I love you a lot is that I just send you something. Like, I send someone, like, an edit as, like, oh, I love you. I think you're cool. Can we be friends? But I don't say it. I just send it to them and, like, hope, like, please tell me you want to be friends or you have interest in me, please. I just want to be friends, you know? And I get it, you know, quality over quantity. And it's like, it's just that all my friends are busy. And I'm being honest with you, I am not a person that handles being alone for too long. I am very extroverted, as Andy would say, basically. I'm a very extroverted type person. Even though I don't show it in, like, voice chat, though. I'm very quiet when it comes to voice chat, though. For diddly darn sure. But, oh, chat. Oh, my God. I think it would be nice, though, to have someone DM me for once, though. It'd be nice. But, man. So much, chat. So much. Oh, my God. Also, I have been looking into a lot of, like, dubious things to commission, which I'm also excited to show you guys too, which I think would be badass as hell. Very badass. I'm yawning because I am literally, like, I keep forgetting to breathe. But yeah, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, okay. Now let's actually like whatchamacallit. I want to show you guys because I've been really wanting to watch this video so badly actually, because I literally been like dilly-dallying on actually watching it. Hold on, let me swap screens. So literally, I remember mentioning earlier in the stream, which is called The Rise of Digital Horror. This this thingamabobber. Like, I've been really wanting to watch. It's an hour long. It's basically like, it was basically 2 hours long. It's basically a movie, but I unironic. Oh, so don't look at my chat. Don't look at my depressing suggestions. All right. Okay. But yeah, I literally want to like watch. I really want to watch this because literally I've been like holding this eye. I want to watch it because I think it's so interesting, seeing how like literally everything changed in terms of like everything basically, like how everything basically changed, like how our horror medium has changed. So I directly want to watch this right away. Let's watch this right now. Dude, I'm actually so excited to watch this actually. Dude. Old media has like a hits different type of feel. I think it's just because like it just reminds you of your childhood and adds like the fear to it probably. You think it might be deep rooted like trauma type stuff? Dude, this gives me nostalgia already.
That melancholic feeling you get when you look back in your past. That wistful feeling you get playing a game.
I'm gonna put a caption by the way.
Or watching that movie you made your parents put on every day for a month. An old photo of you and your friends from high school, watching some old YouTube videos.
Put up here.
Revisiting a childhood bookstore, or remembering an inside joke that you can't even recall where it started. Something about looking back on our past with a mix of happiness and
as they closed out of it.
Sadness
Whoopsie.
seems to fascinate us.
Yes,
and
it does.
Uses it all the time to make us laugh, smile, cry, and sometimes to scare the living shit out of us.
For a long time,
dude,
the 80s and 90s have been the short
oh my god,
nostalgic feelings to their audience. The PS1 horror style, creating games.
PS1 horror style is so scary. It's always so scary to me.
Era. And the 80s horror revival scene has never been stronger. For a while there, it seemed like the most surefire way to make a successful horror flick was to copy Stranger Things and set it in the 80s. And of course, there's the analog horror scene. Creators using the warping style.
Analog horror became so like.
Witch Project or the
Analog horror literally became. I missed those Silent Hill 1 and 2 days. Wait, were you during those days? Were you out during there when they were released? Holy cow! Analog horror became so like oversaturated. I kind of get tired of it. Only like Backrooms I don't like. Walton Files is so good. Walton Files is so good.
The genre has cemented itself in the cultural zeitgeist, almost to a fault. Some portions of the audience have begun to resent the analog horror formula and aesthetic. They're looking.
He's like me. He understand me like me for real, for real.
Grow up and become creators, and with that, their nostalgic memories start to take the spotlight. And we're just now starting to see that with the early 2000s and 2010s becoming an era to replicate. We're past the time of analog.
Don't make me feel old, man. I just faded away for a bit. Oh my god.
On YouTube, GeoCities websites, and a new generation of video games. Nostalgia has a new face. And what we're going to do in this video is talk about 4 series that follow in those footsteps.
This is so interesting already.
First, and then we're going to see if maybe we can come up with a way that they're all sort of connected and what they mean for the future of horror online. We're not talking analog horror anymore. A term I've seen used around.
Dude, I love his like camera mic. It gives a lot of like thing.
Brandon Works, old Minecraft re-uploads, Gunslinger Pro 2009, and the June Archive.
The June
Each of these series take on a different piece of media from the 2000s to 2010s era. Each combines nostalgia and horror in distinct ways, but we're gonna find a lot of overlaps.
That's interesting. Oh, Coyote! Welcome, welcome, Raiders! Welcome, Raiders! How was your stream, Coyote? We are right now watching the rise of nostalgia. Like literally how like digital horror with mixed with nostalgia basically made like a cool blend of horror. Also, it was a lot of fun. Hey, I'm glad. Also, let me give you a shout out really quick. Hold on. Coyote Moon. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, you were playing Team Fortress 2. How was that? Like, how was like the games and all that? Were you popping off? You probably were, because you're godly at Pyro. But we're right now just watching about the. Did I say that already? But yeah, we're watching about nostalgia horror. If you guys want to know about the deep lore of why digital horror, like analog horror and all that stuff became popular, this video is actually really interesting. Howdy do? Nobody in particular. Well, I guess you're nobody in particular, but hello. Our Sane Pirate. Oh, Our Sane Pirate. Hello, welcome. Been playing on Zesty so we can do fun maps. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about Uncle Dane's server is that there's not much map variety. It's always the same maps of like Badwater, Upward, and like Swiftwater. Oh, thank you. That's my best pirate expression. Yeah, I know I'm the best. Caber, steamed hams? Yes. Steamed hams. Yes. I love your name, by the way, steamed hams. But whatchamacallit? What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's why I don't like Uncle Dane's service, because it's like literally just the same maps. Not George, not fun. I feel sick after it. Wait, I'm confused. My name isn't the Sims. I am so sorry, steamed hams. I'm not using Uncle Tay anymore due to the situation, but love Zesty and our servers. Okay, that's fair. I want to use Zesty servers more often, but like sometimes they're very empty sometimes. It's not even like map of George. George? I actually don't know what you're talking about. I'm being honest with you, nobody in particular. But I actually love whatchamacallit, like Zesty's like whole like server vibe when I got to play on it. Hello, it's hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Also, that throw is literally stuck midair, chat. Oh, what was that? What was that? It literally was like stuck between reality and just like zoomed up and like killed me. If two people join Zesty, it feels like, oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to join Zesty from now on and literally just see it swarm up. Because I actually love Zesty's server. I like how the chill vibe it is, but also like a good dash of competitive, and it has variety of maps. I actually love Zesty's server. It's actually very underrated, I'd say. I actually would love to see him do it more. Also, let's go into the video because it's interesting.
May not be the only ones.
We have 2 hours to go through.
They're the best in their niche. Old Minecraft re-uploads, as you may have guessed, takes on the Minecraft alphas. Brandon Works, a bygone era of Roblox.
Also, why do you throw stuff at me? That's rude.
Early era of Gmod animations.
Oh my god, early Gmods are literally. Oh my god, flashbang. Jesus Christ.
Really quick, I want to thank a friend who wishes to remain anonymous. This friend helped write portions of this video, mainly this first series, and that was incredibly helpful.
Do you guys ever like
that are in this video
any content creators in chat like Coyote and all that? Do you ever like script write your videos? I haven't really. I've been script writing, but honestly, script writing is like feels weird to me to do sometimes. Dude, it's so interesting how nostalgia works. What was your guys like childhood like thing? Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sister. I love script writing. Yeah, I can imagine it's fun, dude.
On
Roblox and Gary's were like my major childhood Team Fortress 2. I would love to get Big Break. Saying, I think that's everyone basically. I will absolutely love that.
Rather than
dude.
With other pubescent teenagers in competition.
Oh my god, Call of Duty.
Most grounded after overheard
this one gives me a little bit nostalgia too.
A kid-friendly space for preteens.
Dude, the trailer.
Most importantly, spend their parents' money on Roblox. Roblox was co-founded by David Baszucki
one
and Eric
that
Cassell
would
in
be
2004,
someone
and
never
first
talked
went
about
live
in depth anywhere
2006.
online.
With a somewhat Lego-esque design,
Wait,
Roblox allowed its users to
that'd
build
be
their
cool.
own games out of blocks and various free presets, but also
Dude.
allowed use of an easy scripting language, Lua, which opened the door to more advanced uses of the Roblox Studio engine. This type of game
Dude,
was really unprecedented.
Roblox is so
Sure, there
crazy.
was
It's
block
basically like
land, but in
Gary's Mod for kids if you
2010,
think
Roblox
about
began
it.
to dominate the scene due to the
It's something that's
creativity
been my
and
hobby for
flexibility
11
of
years
the
now.
engine. Not only was
Ooh.
Roblox a place to create and play games, but it
You
was
get
a
old.
social
Oh.
community, a place to
Vibe,
make
I think
lasting
you're hip.
friendships.
You're probably
It
like a
focused
solid
on
like
more
you're a
collaboration
solid
or
20
building
probably.
creations
20 years
together,
old.
and
I can
unlike
feel
more
it.
adversarial
You're hip.
PvP games of the era, this format was far more conducive for forming bonds with other kids.
I am too.
on the
Oh,
platform.
hey, what's
But
up?
These types of childhood online friendships aren't
I remember
always
fighting
fun.
TF2
If you
through
had the
Gmod
experience
as
of
SFF
forming
followed it
friendships
for
online,
years.
you might have
Yeah.
run across some people who
Literally,
forged some lasting
Gmod and
experiences
like
with. You
TF2,
messaged
like
each other for days,
SFM
months,
literally
or
helped
even
TF2
years,
be
and then one
known.
day,
Like it helped me
they
too.
never sign on
Uber
again.
Hack Nova made me
Your
kind
last
of get into
message
TF2
is
even
left
more.
unread. Do you ever wonder what happened to these people? Did they just get bored? Did something more sinister happen
Oh.
to them? What if, when you went back onto your old account to sample a bit of still cellophane wrapped 2010s gaming nostalgia, you noticed there were clues left behind in the artifacts that left on the platform?
That's spooky. That would be pretty. Like I feel like the most. I think it'd be so damn good guess. I think it's just like I don't know. I have a good guess when it comes stage usually sometimes. But through text though, if you talk, you actually muddle it up for me. Oh, that's oh my god. I remember watching that, dude. Dude, this is just gonna make me feel old.
First created on January 24th.
Dude, I'm not even that old and I'm feeling
The channel
old.
doesn't release a video until July 14th of 2021. It's feasible these videos were filmed around the channel creation date, but for
Whoa.
whatever reason were only released to the public now.
I'm pretty tired.
Dude,
I'll go home now.
never got into Roblox, dude. Roblox really do be making me like Roblox and TF2 basically build my personality so hard.
6875935.
Dude,
who hasn't
literally,
been
oh my
online in a long
god.
time. I'm showing off places on our old shared account, number 369. Mostly his own house, which I never really looked at much.
That's so cute.
But I want to go down memory lane
Roblox
now,
is so good. It like made me
hopefully
be like, I love
continue.
Roblox. As, like it
It's
had so
mostly
much like
just for
cool
my own
people and like,
curiosity.
well, some cool people, but like it was just fun.
So that's our premise. The channel exists to document some of Brandon's old works, and we're going to get a peek into some of
Dude.
his personal creations. Our uploader believes that within the free model-ridden games Brandon worked on, there might be just a hint of something to give them closure on Brandon's radio silence.
Dude, the most saddest thing ever seeing a friend that you talked to so much back then just disappear, and you don't talk to
We
each
started
other
off with
anymore.
an
That's like the most like
unmistakable
saddest thing
Windows Movie
ever.
Maker video reiterating the premise
Oh.
of this archive. Everything about this is perfect, from the font and transition choices to the low-quality black border JPEGs to the preserved remains of early XD internet speak. It feels
Yes!
authentically like looking back at
XD
old
internet
YouTube
speak needs
videos
to
from
come
the
back, chat.
2010s.
I had enough.
Brandon was not just
If you
any
think about
Roblox
XD
star.
internet
He was our
speak is like
uploader's
literally
best
emotes. People who use
Roblox
emotes a
star.
lot while they
After
talk.
meeting on
Or you
Hello
people who
Wars
use
in
Twitch
2008,
emotes and like
we
use
rapidly
Keck W or
bonded and
Pog.
made an account
Is
for
there my
number
friend that
369
say? Oh my
to
god,
get
nobody in
on
particular.
games.
That
At the
is
time, there wasn't a
so,
good way to use the Roblox
so
studio on the same
true.
game, so this led to the shared
Everyone,
account
I friend on Steam, I don't
Eventually,
talk
both
to him
friends
when I used to
began
talk to him so
making games
much.
on their own on the shared account.
my
Around
God.
December 2009, Brandon leaves his last message. According to the uploader, he's been gone for months. So our
Oh.
uploader decides to snoop around on these private games he made on
2009.
number 369.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
there's something that he left behind.
My House Place version 2.
This game was created on February 5th, 2009, about 9 months before Brandon's disappearance. The gameplay
Whoa.
is unmistakably early 2010s Roblox. So far, not much has changed from the default preset house Roblox users start off with. We have a forest and the addition of some
Dude,
new
I remember
building
using
blocks,
this
a series
forest
of
with a
letters we've been
tornado.
missing, and a little Brandon character. By the entrance, there's a seesaw and a slide. The slide, however, is collapsed. It's our first hint that something might not be right in Brandon's works. Inside the house,
Wait,
a shiny remote in front
is
of
this
the TV
actually something with,
warns
like,
our player,
analog horror?
"Don't touch too much." However, nothing happens from touching it except revealing that Brandon is still getting the hang of using the building tools in Roblox.
What?
There's a yellow sofa and a yellow roof on the house, and we learn yellow is Brandon's favorite color. The player
Okay.
jumps out the window and the video ends. Interestingly, the number 369 account is dressed like a
Like
zombie
I think
Roblox
about saying
a
something, but I
reanimated
don't
corpse
don't
brought
I
back
only
from
talk
the
to
dead.
someone when they
Keep that
talk
in
to me. I
mind.
just don't want to be
This place
bothered.
was only
I know
created
that
about
feeling
5
too,
days
but I
ago.
usually just
The
do
most
it.
notable difference
I
in
say
this
just
new
do
place
it,
is
man.
that
Like
Brandon has
I
started
think
to
they'll probably
experiment with
appreciate you
more
talking
free-model
talking to
weapons,
them
toys, and
anyway.
tools.
And
So
if you
you'd
feel like
expect
you're
from a
annoyed, just
kid
ask them
messing
if
around with
just
Roblox
like
Studio.
just don't worry
There's
about
also
it.
a bouncy
Even though it's
house
really
and
hard
now
to, because
familiar
even I
Brandon
sometimes
favorite
worry if I am
yellow.
too
The player
annoying.
pans out and we see a floating mansion off the main base plate, a perfect home just out of our reach.
What the
But there's
hell?
still a lot to more see in this video. Most of it is just buggy, lag-ridden tool testing you'd expect from classic Roblox. There's a few more things to note. Some new letters in the letter
dance.
template are
Dude,
missing,
these things were a
HQR,
banger.
And there's a cop character
Yes,
by the Cool Giver Disco
speed.
area, but so far not too much
The
else to
Givers
know.
were
I couldn't
literally
find
the
any
best thing
info on
ever
the revealed
yet.
Letters. Maybe HQR or HOQRSTY2 will come in handy in the future for a cipher key, or maybe we just don't have the full picture
Oh.
yet. Let me know if you guys think of anything.
Face
though. Now
changer
back near
fail.
Brandon's house, we see that he now has some dialogue. "Welcome to my house place. I'm still building it, so go easy on me. Jeez."
Oh my
So,
God,
have
Brandon,
fun.
we'll be easy
He's
on
been
you,
filling
Brandon.
out
We
the house a
are
bit more with
chilling
some
here, right,
friends and
chat?
free
We're
models.
not gonna be mean to
In his room, he
Brandon.
warns about light bins as they break joints. The purpose of these light bins aren't really explained, but after jumping into one, they destroy our player's
Oh my
legs.
God!
The player crawls out the window and reveals a floating TV sitting behind the
Whoa.
wall to his room. We don't see what's on the TV screen. So, what's with the light bin? We'll need some
Dude,
more
I feel like
now we skip
I
almost
wonder
a
if this
month
is
into
actually
the
like
future.
in-depth
Version
stuff, or is he actually
our uploader
overthinking it?
explains
This
he
is kind of
skipped places
crazy.
if there's nothing notable changing between them. There's a lot more different here. The house is now 2 stories. The slide by the front
Whoa.
is far more neglected than before, and now even the steps have collapsed. Brandon adds a few new lines of dialogue, replacing his previous line about it being unfinished with "upgrade to 2 floors now, as you can see." Feels
Ooh.
just like home. But oddly, after "have fun," he says, "don't forget to scream and shout. Let it all out." Aside from that,
What's that
screaming
mean?
out is a strange thing to say. The line feels.
Why
just
does this
like
give
home.
his
It gives
mom
us the
like a
idea that
dumpy,
he's
dude?
trying to
Why
replicate
did he
the
give his mom a dumpy? You guys see that? Why did he give his mom a big dumpy? Like what the hell is that? Oh my God! Wait, I'm back. Bring me back. Did I actually stop or did I skip? Oh my God. Oh, Royal, thank you so much for subscribing. Holy cow, 11 months. Holy cow, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. How you doing, Roy? It's been a while. I have literally lost my place, chat. I'm literally so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Let me find it. Bro, wait, how far did I go? Right here. I'm well, you're so I do absolutely amazing.
Jeez. Still not learned how to
There we
enter
go.
objects. We meet his mother cooking in the kitchen and his father seeming to shout at the TV. We also see
Right now
his
we're
mother
just right now
briefly in
chilling.
his parents' bedroom. The player then proceeds to destroy Brandon's
We're right now
home.
watching Royal. We're
We
now
also just
watching
really
the
quickly
rise of digital
appreciate
horror.
using
So
the
basically,
slime
like how to
shaders
make
of a-
nostalgia
I'd throw one of
scary,
those down in my
basically.
living room. Give
Like
any
you know how
old
like
Roblox
analog
players
horror
who
and like
haven't
all
come
like
visit
this like
some
ARG stuff is
flashbacks.
basically
At this point,
popular.
there are light
It's
business
basically
info
kind of
for
showing like
us.
what kind of
Clearly,
made the
this must be
rise
something significant
slowly.
in Brandon's home life. His room is also larger and filled with plenty of cool swords.
Ooh.
On the doorways throughout the house, we see crosses, telling us Brandon is probably being raised in a Christian home. On the TV, we see... Is that MFing VeggieTales? Well, there's some further
VeggieTales,
reinforcement of Brandon's
VeggieTales.
Christian upbringing.
Veggie-
Brandon also adds an
VeggieTales.
interesting new line to his dialogue. Definitely perfect for sundowning now. This is an odd line. Sundowning refers to a collection of delirious symptoms in the afternoon or
What
early
the hell,
evening of
Brandon?
patients with Alzheimer's or dementia, possibly induced by damage to the parts of the brain that regulate someone's internal clock. It's triggered by limited light and presence of shadows, and people afflicted might have difficulty separating dreams from reality. So
Oh,
why
that's
is
scary.
Brandon mentioning this term? Is he experiencing these symptoms, or more likely, is his father experiencing them, and now his room is a place that he shelters during his
Wait,
father's
that's
sundown?
why he
Another
put the
last
remote.
important
Don't
thing to note.
don't
By
touch
the
too much
TV
of
where
the
his
remote.
father is shouting,
Probably his
there's a
father probably like
shotgun.
probably
Unlike
is like
the rest of the extra added weapons in Brandon's room.
probably like
this
whatchamacallit his
weapon
like father
seems
abuses them
different,
basically.
a bit too real. Combined with his father's yelling, there's something more menacing about its existence compared to the other free models. This cements the idea that Brandon's home life may be slightly discordant compared to the happier hues of the virtual world.
Obby for B
With this next place, last edited on April 27th, 2009, we get a look into something different. Our uploader explains they worked with Brandon on this obby.
Oh,
a
they
popular
worked together.
level
That's
design format
cute.
on
That's
Roblox,
cute.
short for obstacle course. This specific obby was a Valentine's Day gift for BKinger 12, Brandon's old crush. The uploader appends this background with, I know, we were kinda ODers back then. ODer basically means an online dater, a term which describes players who date each other against the terms of service
That's
on the
freak.
platform. The obby is simple, and in the words of a friend, rage-inducingly bad. The only thing that remains of a model wishing Bree a happy Valentine's
Oh,
is
that's
a
cute.
head. Another NPC missing everything but its head and
Oh.
arm states, sorry this place has a spawn glitch, as the game is fairly shoddily put together and the spawn puts the player
Hey,
in the winner's section.
I think this is
Correct?
game of the
Our
year,
uploader
man.
explains
Don't
that Brandon
disrespect their
snapped
hard
out of the
work.
ODer
I
sub
think
soon
they
after
did
making
an
the
amazing
game,
job.
but the exact context around this is not explained. Finally, we see a few bloopers from the uploader playing through the obby. When these parts are being recorded, Brandon still has a torso, a leg, arm, and head. So why did he lose the other limbs?
Blue versus Red CTF night. Ooh.
Here we have another game collaboratively built.
Damn it,
by
Obby.
the two
Dude,
friends,
Obby was
last
so
edited on
good. I
April
love
30th,
Obby.
which depicts another common
I'll
flavor
rock
of
little
game
play
on
Roblox again
Roblox,
just to
the
play
Capture
Obby
the Flag
stuff.
game. It's unfinished and very original in the words of the uploader. It was designed mostly by Brandon, and the uploader helped out by adding a whopping 4 trees to the scene. Showing how a
Damn.
college student might add a succulent to their dorm in a futile
Damn.
attempt to pretend that they have
Badass,
living space.
dude.
This level is deeply unfinished. The player spawning
Sword.
with a sword that is invisible. Interestingly, the attack animations still work, causing the player to appear as if they're punching rather than stabbing. Something about punching rather than a cartoony sword feels almost more brutal. Moving on, there's not much.
Nah,
else to
okay,
the
yeah,
map. The player
relax.
treks to the other base,
I
captures
think it
the
could be a
flag, and
little
walks
brutal,
back.
actually.
The emptiness of the map creates this liminal feeling as the player only has the green base plate and the paltry trees for company. Well, there is one last.
Like I
As
was
the player
fast. I was
nears
like,
the return of the base, they note a floating green brick.
Bro, honestly,
seemingly
I don't know
randomly
why this
hung
was
in the
here.
air. Let's
LOL.
keep an eye out for this green motif as we progress.
My house place version 8.
Finally, we're back to Brandon's house. Version 8 was updated on May 2nd, which means we've skipped about 2
Ooh.
months forward. from
Damn.
version 5. The skips between videos are getting longer. The first thing we notice is the house has been fenced in. Brandon is becoming more enclosed, losing access to the fun toys and glitchy obby givers of the outside world. In fact, they've been removed entirely. The version
Oh.
number is still stuck on 6, despite the current version.
So
being
literally,
8. This
it's
could
kind
mean
of
a
like
few
showing that like
things.
Brandon
Maybe
became
Brandon had the
slowly and
fence added in
slowly
version
like
6 and
unable to
wasn't
do
able to
anything
leave
he
the
wants
starting
basically,
area
and
to
like
replace it
just
since then.
controlled.
Maybe he's having trouble remembering what version he's on, or maybe the number 6 has some greater significance that we'll learn about later on. That was a lot to talk about from just a few seconds of footage. Let's see what's inside the house, and Now I'm going to need to pause and break this down.
Jesus
Just in this
Christ.
frame, we can already see significant changes. Firstly, far more light bins, and with them, Brandon's now missing part of his body. Brandon has changed
he get
the
shot?
scream and shout dialogue, explaining that he's also making some other updates for home roleplay. The shotgun is menacingly closer, and Brandon's mom is nowhere to be seen. In Brandon's bedroom, we have a few new additions. A new light bin, and the green block from the previous place has followed Brandon home, and now features the catchy phrase, "Green keeps the place clean." The uploader notes that he thought it would be a regen button, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Like the light bins, this seems to be another mysterious object that permeates Brandon's home life. There's a few more scenes of the player messing around with anchored but still
Does that mean
obtainable
like? Does that mean
weapons
like he
before
kind of
noting
like
missing
gets
brick
killed? I don't know.
which
Why the light
coincidentally
bits everywhere?
happens to be by Brandon's father's TV shouting spot. It gives the feeling
Oh.
that Brandon's privacy is being stripped away even in his own room. Moving upstairs, the bedroom is now locked. Considering Brandon's mom was also seen in the bedroom, this might suggest that she is now in there. Whether she's locked herself in or if someone else has locked her in is unclear. The brief bit
Oh!
of Brandon's father we see
We can
is
see a
much
little
more
bit, though. We
disturbing.
can see a
What
little
looks
bit
like
inside of
two
there,
additional
though.
guns, a revolver, and a pistol now decorate the mantle under the TV.
Jesus Christ.
Whereas before Brandon's father's shouting seemed to
Hell
express
yeah, brother.
frustration, it now expresses terror. The player walks forward to touch the remote, and it looks like Brandon has added a new script to the game. They're teleported to a wooden room with the message, "Touch too much, you're in the dirt room." The
Oh.
player uses a glitched weapon
Yeah,
to view
Brandon
outside this
definitely
room,
get-
and it's an
Brandon
outhouse in the
definitely
middle
gets
of the woods in the
bullied.
backyard. And the player actually confirms
Brandon
the script
definitely got
Brandon
abused
added
for, like,
locked you
touching
in
the
that
remote or
room
doing
for a
anything, like, he
full
had abusive
real-life hour.
parents.
Why would Brandon include something like that in his game? Well, if we're to believe that these house place games are meant to capture Brandon's real-life experiences, it gives us a stark image. Brandon is fixated on not messing with his father's remote because his father seems prone to using very cruel punishments when upset.
What a yeah,
Brandon
what a
might not
big happy.
recognize
I
that
am
this is
so
just a
happy
normal
for them.
punishment if he doesn't
I
get
am
to interact
so
with other
happy.
families.
They're
And
so nice
considering
and
the fence at the
cozy.
start, he might have a very isolated home life. On to the next episode, and it's only going to get more unsettling from here.
Oh,
We skip
God,
forward a
chair
bit over
break
a week
battle.
with the new game. The world is stuck in a
Whoa.
somber dawn and is filled with cold fortresses. This is another game that mimics a popular game at the
If this
time.
is-
Rick
If this was okay, chat. Here's one thing I will say. If this is unironically like not even like made to feel like it's old, but there's actually recordings of like him remembering like the memory, like, dude, how terrified would you be to know that like your friend that you hanged out with so much was actually telling you something that they were getting abused so badly, but since you were a kid, you just don't recognize it. Oh my god, I will like throw up. I'll throw up.
Players. Once again, like the capture the flag map, the weapons are
Jesus
broken.
Christ.
The player has no defense in this world.
To me, that would
Another
just be the
light
most
bin
like
and a green
saddest
brick.
thing ever to
We
be
actually
like
get a bit
like
of green
no.
brick lore in that Brandon calls them power objects. The player takes notice of a tall tower where a Brandon
Oh.
NPC is teetering over the edge. The player climbs up to the tower and finishes pushing Brandon off.
Oh.
And as they do, a new Brandon spawns. This Brandon
that's
with the name
crazy.
Citizen NPC and no face. Spooky. He also seems to move in an odd way, as
That's
if he's being
spooky.
controlled by something, and almost seems to avoid the player. The player moves away to check out a small cave area on the edge of the map, and then elects to end the video via jumping into a light bin. In the last second of the video, we see
Death.
the faceless NPC jerk forward. This video seems
Whoa.
undeniably darker.
That's
the act of pushing
scary.
Brandon off a ledge gives an innocent gag a darker subtext when we see a faceless soul bleakly wandering near the inert form of Brandon. Positioning the light bins ominously nearby.
Oh
also
my
provides an
god, that's
impression of
scary. I don't know why this
ritualistic
gives me
sacrifice.
goosebumps
This
because
world
like it
is
just
meant
give
to
me like
represent
memories of
something seen
Roblox
only
right now,
in
guys.
visions.
Oh my god.
Alright, we've come to the last house tour video in this still progressing series. We're on
The
version
last
13
one,
now, created
13.
on May 25th, 2009. Apparently, there were earlier versions that had significant changes, but they were too laggy to play. I wonder what was going on in those. So let's see what. Oh god, that's horrifying.
Jesus
Moving
Christ.
inside, all of Brandon's family seems to be affected by this health glitch. The Brandon by the bedroom door now says, "Now you can enter a dream I had. Just go on the bed." And going inside, there's an intruder. The player jumps
Oh.
on the bed with the new "I dreamed about this place" caption and is teleported to a completely different location. We see
What
this
is
vision
that?
of an arid world, shadowy figures slinking around the sands. In the center is a giant pit. The shadows and lighting in this world appear to be glitching, so we see seemingly disconnected silhouettes cast on the ground and walls along with the nameless NPCs. The player checks out a small house above the sands. We can now
Dude, this
clearly
is a
see one of the
spooky
shadows
dream.
is decapitated. Seeing nothing of note, the player dives down into the pit. We see an angel at the end of this pit, and unlike the other NPCs, it also shares the same health bar glitch.
Another
Another
sundowner to
sundowner
help.
here to help. By the angel, there's a box of captured light. The player suggests that the purpose of these light bins is to capture light, an interesting concept considering we know their behavior seems to destroy limbs. Something else to note, if we go with the theory that Brandon's mom is locked in the room with this health bar glitch, we'd expect to see her health bar glitched as well. Now, it's also possible that this health bar glitch only works for health bars with dialogue, but the don't touch too much dialogue bar doesn't seem to have the glitch, so is it possible she's not actually behind the door at all?
She's dead.
Missing for one reason or another. It also might be hard to catch, but the house's blocks notably have more gaps. It's falling apart. In the final frame, the player walks outside and we see the 6 sign again, but it's moved. Clearly, there's a lot going on here, but let's just finish the series out before I analyze it. We're done with the house tour
okay, we're
videos,
just
but
okay.
there's
We're going
still
through.
one more
Okay.
video the channel has uploaded so far.
Oh, Roblox Goes Mad episode
Now
1.
we skip back in time to, well, we don't have an exact date, but it's likely around the same month as the
Plus
previous
one
video
random
created.
dude.
This
Noobs. When
video
noobs are
fully
like
nails
cool,
what
like
it was
yellow
like to make
looking.
quick Windows
Actually,
video
unironically,
videos
love the
with friends
Roblox
as a
new
kid in
color
Roblox.
palette.
It's a bunch of edited clips of our uploader. we
Literally
now have a
bright
name
blue,
for,
bright yellow.
Ozolog1, filming gags together with their friends on Thrillville Park. I'll let this play in the background. While this video is executed perfectly,
I
what'll be important for us to
remember
take note
watching
of
these
is not the
Roblox, like,
contents of the
Roblox
video,
funny
but the
clips,
dialogue of the
basically.
friend group in the
And they had like
timeline.
all these
We can
random
see
like
them setting
skits
up
and
for
everything. They
various
just
bits
like
on the
do
video,
it and all
but we
that.
also get a rare chance
To me,
see
those
how
were pretty
Brandon acts as
banging.
a
They were
person.
badass.
I grabbed a few lines of dialogue. This is incredibly hard to read due to the video's compression, so let me know in the comments if you read anything differently. Ugh, BRB real fast, parents saying something. Based on the use of the word parents, his mother might still be in the picture at this point. This is the house I used for my place. Yeah, it's just the default house. It's in my place too. Brandon, I'll join your house place to look around someday. I put so much work. It's really personal.
Oh,
so we have more
personal.
confirmation that this house place is important to Brandon and likely reflects his real life situation. Trains are scary. This is clearly deep Brandon train lore. Lol, I had a gun in
love
my
the
house.
train.
My dad has one next to the TV. Not as cool as the minigun though. Confirmation that the shotgun is real and possibly the other handguns. Ah crap. Don't cuss. That's barely a cuss word. I forgot. It counts. Sorry. It's okay. I'm told to be forgiving and pure? Nice? This one is really hard to make out, but Brandon seems to be extra cautious about cussing or saying things that could get one in trouble. His last line of dialogue is
Makes sense because
especially
his parents probably did
I
that
am
to him.
told to be forgiving. Watch your mouth. Sorry, lol. It's alright. So there's some more reinforcement that Brandon seems concerned about others' language. While this is the last video uploaded to the channel so far, we still have
I
one
hope
last piece of
Brandon's okay,
information.
man.
Brandon's
Jesus.
Roblox account. You can actually go find it. In
Oh.
his About section, it reads this. If you believe in God's sons, put this in your profile. Don't ignore this because in the Bible it says if you deny them, they will deny you in front of their Father in the gates of heaven. This is the simplest test. If you love God and you are not ashamed of it, copy this and put it in your profile. God
Bro,
will
what
smile.
the
Not
hell,
only does this
Brandon?
confirm the religious themes we've
It's like the
noticed
meme,
throughout
like,
the
God
series,
will
but this
smite
familiar
you.
Copy pasta notably replaces Jesus Christ with God's sons. An odd choice for a typical Christian denomination. But now we have all the necessary pieces. Let's fit them together. From what I can tell, Brandon work seems to involve two main themes. A child's innocent view
Yeah,
towards an
religion
abusive
really
home
do be
environment
adding a
and the
lot of
horror
abuse to
religious
kids, huh?
cults. To
Jesus
start,
Christ.
let's take an investigative
Always
look
with
at Brandon's home
religion
life
in
and the
some
themes
parts of
broken
it.
childhood. Watching through this series with a critical eye takes on the feeling of wandering through a long since abandoned house. Nobody's been here for a long time, but you can get an idea of what it used to be like by looking at what they left behind. There's an extra layer of
There's a
separation
cake.
here, however, because everything is being filtered through Brandon's incomplete understanding, his childlike view of his situation. So sometimes things are a bit confusing or unclear. Let's try our best. One of the
Oh.
things that almost immediately
You want a fun fact, Monto Gun? Let me think. I need to think about this one. Let me see. Let me see. What I have a fun fact of? Oh, I'll give you about koalas. Why not? Literally, did you know that koalas are literally actually like smooth brain as heck? Like they're so smooth brain that like if you give them eucalyptus on a plate, they would not know what that is. They'll be like, oh, what is this? I don't really know what you're trying to give me right here. This seems like something I don't even recognize. And they would not eat it. So literally, you literally have to make sure you give them a eucalyptus tree without even moving the eucalyptus tree, by the way. That is how, like, smooth brain koalas are.
starts becoming apparent is that Brandon's home life is broken and unstable. We see this theme of a broken childhood first represented by the destroyed slide by the front.
Oh, is that Alpine I see? Alpine? Alpine! Welcome, welcome. How you doing? What is this? Oh, we're watching what's the title of the video called? The Rise of Digital Horror Making Nostalgia Scary. So basically, it's like talking about like how like, you know how like we have analog horror and like also I'm gonna shout you out, Alpine, you're so badass. But whatchamacallit, basically it's like a discussion about like how, you know, the rise of analog horror and all forms of digital media, and like PS and PlayStation horror games like rose basically, and it's showing off like some like horror like nostalgia horror stuff. And if you're curious, basically there's like this Roblox like thing we're watching right now is basically about a kid who got like abused by his parents, and he like, and here's the creepy thing too, it's not even like made by like someone like right now. It's literally made back then in 2009, and the friend decided to upload these videos. So basically, there's this kid named Brandon that basically is getting abused by his parents and locked in like the outhouse if he does something bad. And his dad's like, and they're very religious and everything. It's actually kind of spooky and sad.
A reminder of a happier time that's since decayed from neglect. In episode 3, we see a representation of a larger, healthier home floating just past the base plate. A tantalizing fantasy, but out of reach. On a similar note,
yeah,
at the
it's
start,
crazy. It's actually literally made in 2009, and the friend decided to re-upload it during this time period, which is insane.
Both from the outside world and from outside
imagine,
sources
like I
of
said in chat earlier, but imagine
off
literally
of
the
these
friend you've been
toys within
hanging
his
out
house, but
with,
they don't quite
and
work
they made
correctly,
something
so
right.
they
You didn't even
just
recognize that they were
This
actually talking about
continues
their
as even
abuse.
Brandon's
Like,
house
I feel
begins
so
to break
bad.
down, with holes in the walls and pieces missing. The motif of deterioration persists outside of the house. Brandon's model begins to lose body parts, and even the game itself seems to begin breaking down. Brandon's haphazard approach to building his place leads to things literally breaking apart.
It's something,
at the
alright.
start.
Yeah, it's
And the health
something,
parts
alright.
breaking out feels very symbolic in themselves.
To be fair
On the
though, they
surface,
could
the
also be
family may appear
overanalyzing
alright,
it,
but once you see the
sort
larger
of.
context,
But they
you
cannot really be
understand what they're
overanalyzing because
actually
Brandon said this is
lacking,
like
and on a
personal,
macro scale,
basically.
just how close they are to this metaphorical or perhaps literal death.
Like
And in a
Brandon
more
said, this
direct
house is
sense,
super
at a certain
personal,
point,
so.
Brandon's mother just disappears. She has either left or locked herself or been locked in that bedroom. Either way, Brandon's home is literally and metaphorically being ripped apart. And one big centerpiece to this appears to be Brandon's father. So let's talk about him.
Yeah,
Throughout the
he's a
episodes, Brandon
bastard.
stresses the importance of avoiding touching the TV remote. And we later see the reason for this caution when Ozolog 1 touches it and is forced
You
into an
actually get
outhouse
locked in
on
the
his own.
outhouse for
Calling it
1
the
hour.
Dirt
It's so
House makes it
insane.
seem like a
Like
fun
real-time
name for an
hour.
exceedingly cruel punishment. Brandon has no frame of reference that what his father is doing to him isn't typical behavior. This is common behavior seen in children in abusive environments. They might not realize they're in a hostile environment until they have the chance to talk to other kids in healthier situations who don't have to face demeaning, painful, or hurtful treatment from their parents. There's other hints of
Man.
how Brandon's father may be controlling his behavior. Firstly, Brandon is shown as extremely cautious about cussing. That's typical behavior of kids from sheltered backgrounds, but this might not be the only reason. Maybe Brandon would be punished if he was caught playing a game with evil language in it. Maybe
Oh,
he has
yeah,
to tell others
true.
to watch their language, not just out of a
Hello,
religious
puppy!
background, but
Welcome,
fear of
welcome!
repercussions.
Definitely need a shout puppy for sure. Like, all my friends are showing up here. What the hell? And all these cool people. Puppy, whoopee. Hello, puppy. How you doing? Right now, watching about a child being abused in Roblox, and it's literally a whatchamacallit made in 2009. It's very spooky stuff. Very, very spooky stuff. Are you seriously watching a Roblox YouTube? It's not even a Roblox. It's just talking. It's basically a documentary about the rise of digital horror, making nostalgia scary, basically. And it's talking about like all the nostalgic stuff, how they can turn really terrifying and all that, basically. It's actually really interesting, honestly. It's very interesting.
Repercussions. We also see more evidence of his father's controlling behavior regarding Brandon's life.
And
Brandon
this is like not
previously
even
was
made
an
now,
ODer
puppy.
who
This
had
is
an
made in
online
2009. The
relationship
friend
with
decided to
Ethan
upload
Clark,
it
but he
recently.
snapped out of being interested in
I
an
love
online
Alpine.
relationship
Alpine I love
relatively
so
quickly.
much. Alpine's
Considering his
design,
eventual
his person, I
withdrawal
love
from
Alpine.
Roblox
I love
entirely,
Puppy
this may
too.
not
Oh
have
my
been a
god.
voluntary choice.
Oh my
His father
god.
is clearly overbearing and a
Yes,
source
you
of
guys made me-
anxiety
I
for
love you guys
Brandon,
so
and
much.
some of this starts making its way into the design of the house itself. The hole in the ceiling of Brandon's room.
I pulled a
allowing his
muscle,
father
by
to
the way, when
watch
I
him
did
even
that.
in
That
his own
hurt.
room. And
My
Brandon's
arm
inner
hurts. I
dialogue
pulled a
where his father
muscle.
basically screams
I'm
and
gonna
yells. He portrays
die.
his father as
You guys
aggressive
are
and
killing
watchful, and
me.
The danger of his father is not unwarranted. If his father's mental state really is as unstable as it seems, the firearms filling the house feel more and more like an
Where is this
accident
coming?
waiting to happen,
Alpine?
and their growing
You
numbers
sure isn't-
feels like
You know, I need to pause this right here. Alpine, you should have suspected this. You're badass. You're cool. And all that. Alpine is having their evil arc right now. Wait, really? Elaborate, Alpine. Elaborate. Wait. Actually, to be fair, puppy, you bully a lot of people, though. To be fair, you bully me. You bullied everyone. and you literally called me ugly. That's what happened. Yeah, I have the proof. I have the proof. I have the proof. Where?
It may relate to increasing paranoia from his father, which we'll get into more soon. For right now,
Puppy's
I want to
being
move on to
dubious
how
right now,
Brandon's home life
Alpine.
and his
Very
father's behavior
dubious.
seem to be affecting Brandon's behavior. To start, some of the dialogue Brandon exhibits is very odd. Green keeps the room
Oh.
clean, scream and shout, let it
Hey, yo,
all out.
Beaver's
These
got-
phrases
yeah?
almost feel
Hey,
like coping mechanisms.
what can I say?
Something he
I'm
uses
always
to
gonna
feel
make you
like he has
points.
some control,
I was
or
like,
make
congrats,
sense
Alpine.
of
I was
the
like, shut up,
unstable
puppy, I'm
home
gonna
life
take
he's
it.
been subjected to. Maybe
Oh
Cold
my
Holdings he's adapted
God.
to help him deal with his anger or frustration, or grapple with the feelings of guilt, uncleanness, or
Alpine.
sinfulness that his family may be making him feel. All of this starts to
I am
manifest in a much
baffled
darker
what I just
undertone that
saw.
Brandon seems to be
Jesus
struggling.
Christ.
Brandon's missing body parts almost seeming to suggest that internally he's starting to feel that he himself is falling apart.
And Alpine
then
knows
there's
rabies
the
is me
faceless
bullying. No,
citizen
no,
NPC
it's just
that
a little,
looks
just a
like
little
him
bit.
and
It's just a
wanders
little
around
bit
after he's
trolling.
pushed from the
Yeah, Alpine
structure,
is a little
as if
bit
he's becoming
trolling.
aimless, a faceless shell of himself, hollow. We also see this recurring theme of Brandon being pushed or falling from a height. Nightmares of falling into a pit. to
Dude, this
an angel.
is sad.
Even if he doesn't really understand
Just
it,
like
Brandon's
knowing,
home life seems
just
to be
knowing that
pushing
this is
him
like a
into
kid that
depression,
made this
and
is
it's
actually
not
so
hard to understand
sad.
why. He's being isolated from the outside world, from his friends and relationships, and being confined to his home life, which seems unpredictable, unstable, and falling apart. This would worsen anyone's mental
Puppy,
health,
to be fair,
let
you
alone
don't need
a kid. And outside
rabies.
of just his parents
Well,
isolating
don't you ever
him, he
think about the
seems to
day
start
that you don't
turning
need
inward
like
and
like
isolating
rabies at all?
himself.
Just a
Brandon
smidge. It's a little bit
mentions that his room
smidge of
is the ideal
sadness.
place for sundown.
A
If
little
we
bit
take this as a
depressing even.
literal reference to sundown syndrome, Brandon might have to actively fear his father's unpredictable behavior as a result
Oh,
of his
his
illness,
dad
and
might
therefore
have like
staying in his room. This
Alzheimer's
same
or
illness
something.
may also progress in intensity with time given his father's change in dialogue. If his father has sundown
Oh.
syndrome, the light bins also might serve as lamps to try and mitigate this behavior. However, that doesn't seem to explain why they remove limbs. If you have any ideas on how
Oh.
this sundown syndrome theory might fit in with the light bins, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your
I think the
However,
limbs are
this
just
leads me to
literally
believe
just
that
because
the
that's how it
sundown
is.
syndrome in its literal
Are we watching
interpretation
Roblox stream
might
about-
just be a
It's actually not even a creepypasta camera. So basically, sorry, since we have a lot of new people here, so basically we're watching the rise of digital horror. So basically, like popular digital horror that kind of start the trend of digital horror and all that, like analog horror, PlayStation 1, and yeah, it's not really a creepypasta, just due to the fact it was basically uploaded in 2009. Like it was basically like videos from 2009 that just got uploaded because they were privated, right? And basically, there's a story about a kid named Brandon who literally seems to have like a very bad home life that has like abusive parents and everything. And it's so sad because basically Brandon made these maps to like vent out his feelings basically. And his like friend basically is like showing off the recordings that he did as a kid as well, which is actually very interesting.
red herring, or at least just one aspect of a multifaceted theme.
It's
So
really
let's talk
sad.
about the
To
other
me, it's
big
really
set of
sad just
themes
because
this
literally
series
it's a kid that made this
tackling
basically.
a sort of cult-like religious following. I want to quickly disclaim here, I'm not a religious scholar or expert, and this is in no way a condemnation.
I
or
guess that's something.
criticism
I
of
hope you have a good stream.
Christianity.
Bye, Alpine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love you, Alpine. You're amazing. You're amazing, Alpine. Woo! Love Alpine. Love Alpine so much. Love him so much. Yeah, he'll be here all night, folks. He'll be here all night. He'll be here all night. Damn, that's like, yeah, it's that. It's like a kid diving his trauma through Roblox. Yeah, that's why it's so sad. Because like basically his comfort game is like what he's documenting, right? And it's so sad. Bye, Bieber. See ya, puppy Rabby. Bye bye.
At large, it's not really a
To me, it's so
comment on most
sad.
religions. As you'll see as we move on, we're looking at a very specific type of fringe cult-like religious
I
practice.
get sad
And
when I
again,
see
I'm
kids
not a
hurt,
religious
honestly.
scholar, but I've worked with
Kids
my
being hurt
co-writer a
actually
lot
hurt
on
my
this
like
section
makes
that
me feel
basically
really
wrote
sad.
90% of this Brandon work section, and we've talked with some other people about these ideas who may have a more informed background about this type of thing. So with that in mind, we tried our best, and let's talk shop. It's pretty clear that Brandon lives in a religious household. There's a lot of Christian symbolism throughout the series.
VeggieTales!
Crosses on the walls, Brandon's hesitation to curse, the light bins themselves sharing similarity to a baptism basin, the angel, and of course Brandon's profile message. But what denomination are we referencing here? The TV is unmistakably a big part of what captures the father's attention. While this could be just an example
It
of a
could be
father more
his, like,
consumed with something
Alzheimer's
other
or
than care for his
something.
son, it could also hint at the type of denomination we're looking at in Brandon Works. A lot of clues line up with some sort of evangelical faith. Given the use of the crosses and running with the idea of light bins representing baptism, an emphasis on cleanliness and continually renewing the faith. However, we do start to see more weird, cultish, and supernatural territories of belief, which often comes in the form of cults in either the community or via televangelist broadcasts. It makes me think Brandon's father is being influenced via some sort of televangelist cult leader, and any attempt to draw him away from the source of this teaching is met with strict punishment. There's other signs of this
that
as
could be a
well.
good
The
one,
TV being
actually.
placed behind Brandon's bedroom wall in a fashion that almost seems to suggest the TV is subliminally influencing him at all times. The increasing number of guns suggesting increasing paranoia, light bins and power object green blocks that appear with time
Ooh,
as if
yeah.
someone is encouraging the family to purchase more, and the use of the phrase sundowner and sundowning seems odd compared to its typical reference. Predatory televangelists often use scare tactics about apocalyptic scenarios to scare viewers into buying guns, food, or other
Ooh.
artifacts for protection, and encourage viewers to hang on to a television.
Dude, this poor kid, man. I hope Brendan Honorockley is okay,
I
man.
believe that sundowning does not literally refer to sundown syndrome, but refers to some other cult-like event. Taking the word literally, sundown, we're now looking at an apocalyptic rapture-like event where the sun sets and does not rise. Matthew 24:29 notes
Could this
that
be
the scenario
Christian
to those who are
Joker?
left behind
Oh my
in the
God,
second
finally,
immediately
the
after
Christian version of
tribulation
Joker's
those
here.
days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. But in a sundown scenario, this means the believers of such a faith would expect to be left behind in the rapture. Why? Well, let's take a closer look at the post Brandon made on his account. We already noticed that God's sons replaces Jesus Christ completely in this post.
Oh, so
Whatever
Jesus Christ is probably
denomination
the
this
false
is, it doesn't
prophet
seem
in the
like they're
religion,
directing
probably.
worship towards Christ. They're not expecting him to save them during the rapture. So who are God's sons? There's one reference to this phrase in Genesis 6:2. The sons of God saw the daughters of man were beautiful. I know I'm not using based King James Version, sorry. While God's sons could refer to God's
I'll be
chosen
honest with you, I
people
would not
in the
notice
Old
the
Testament,
difference.
recall that the use of the crosses in the household reveals that this is likely a Christian perspective. Given the symbolism of angels in episode 9, let's take God's sons to mean a different explanation.
Dude.
Angels. But to become an object
Spooky.
of worship, an angel would have to defy God. So we're dealing with fallen angels, the original definition of a demon. These aren't the typical red horns and forked tongue demons of popular Western media. These are older, more literal embodiment of corrupted heavenly power. Worshipping these fallen angels would mean being left behind in the rapture, and so Brandon's family becomes sundowners, people who intentionally prepare for the apocalypse, perhaps waiting for God's sons to save them. To be clear, I don't think this group would think of themselves as demonic. Clearly, they think they're following God's will, as we see in Brandon's profile. But instead of seeing Christ as their savior, they see these angels as the ones who will save them. But
That's
from a normal Christian
interesting.
perspective, that would make the whole religion heresy and demonic by nature. It also opens the question as to why they have crosses in the house if they don't see Christ as their savior, but maybe they only saw him saving them the first time, and now the angels are going to save. We're not seeing a lot of details.
This
of
is basically, yeah, this is literally just found footage in its own way. It's like literally
But with
Roblox
this
found footage, and
interpretation,
it's
we
actually
can
so
begin
wild
to
that it's like that,
understand some of the
actually.
other strange symbols.
Dude, I am just
The
like
light bins might no
engrossed
longer
right
refer
now.
To baptism basins, but some other ritualistic sacrificial practice that somehow
Dude, makes you
removes
wonder
parts
how
of
many
your
like
soul.
hidden
Interacting with them seems to
videos
leave you empty,
like
and the
this
angel
are
in
out
Brandon's
there, you
dream
know, like how
describes
many
their
kids
purpose
like
is to
did this.
capture light. Could we then interpret
There's
this
no way
light
Brandon's the
as
only one.
souls? Sacrifice is heavily emphasized both in episode 8 and 9 with the symbolism of throwing oneself down from a height. The green blocks put a certain emphasis on being clean and pure throughout the series, so this could be another ritualistic object Brandon and his father are encouraged to use to appease their cult's faith. Going back to the numbers, we also see the 6 on the outside creep closer by episode 9. The use of 6 in reference to the Bible tends to refer to humanity's potential sin, to be corrupted. Maybe the 6 on the outside of the
Oh.
gates represents an evil and corruptive outside world, but also represents the
I also would
influence
say
of
the
their
guy should
fallen
also
angel
realize there's
faith
also
on
a
the
kid.
family.
The kid
His
cannot be
father could
that
very well
crazy
still have
detailed.
sundown syndrome, which makes him susceptible to falling for these cultish broadcasts. But sundown now takes a whole double meaning, and now a room perfect for sundowning might describe a room perfect for surviving the apocalypse. Whatever Brandon's father sees in these broadcasts seem to scare him. First he experiences rage, then fear, and he decorates the mantle by the TV with more guns, buys more light bins, and directs more abusive control over Brandon. It got a little game theory here, but there's so many interesting loose ends.
Something
that
I
can be
relate, but
tied
this
up
reminded
under
me of
this
like that
general
game where
idea
someone
of
is showing up a bunch of
televangelist
tech
cult
devils
that is
from the ex
contributing to
friend.
Brandon's deterioration.
Oh yeah, isn't that
And there's
isn't
still
that like
a lot
Petscop?
we've
I think
yet
that's
to see, and the
Petscop,
creator of
right?
the series said that this series is yet to be finished.
Don't
So, to get
underestimate
any
kids. Yeah,
confirmation
true.
for more
Kids could
understanding,
be
we'll
very
have to wait
complex
and
too,
see.
but I don't know.
Until then, we can
I mean,
wrap
I
up
need-
this analysis section by talking a bit about how the series is using nostalgia and executing on its ideas. From the very start, we are bringing up imagery of looking back on the past. The use of a
And
zombie
they go
as a
crazy trying to
character
derive
on the
deeper
number
meaning from their
count
friend's
indicates
game.
that we're revisiting this
Actually, is that
unalive
Petscom? Feels like it
history
is
of Brandon,
Petscom. I'm not sure.
reanimating him via looking into his past, bringing these memories back from the dead. We also see how these rose-tinted glasses may be hiding what's really going on from Ozalog, their fond memories distracting them from the darkness just under the surface. Under the warm memories of a childhood spent playing Roblox is this one kid's attempt to be heard on a virtual platform. until,
Dude,
unfortunately,
That's so
he
sad.
vanishes. And Brandon Works executes this
Oh my
nostalgic.
God.
feeling
I actually
towards
feel like I would have
Roblox
cried because
perfectly.
Brandon's
The
probably
details
dead,
and the
man.
childhood mistakes and behavior in configuring the levels.
Brandon's.
give a familiar
The
feeling
funny
to
thing
the
is that's a
series.
common
Those of
name
us who
too, so
played
you can never
Roblox as
find him
kids
either.
recognize this. But the darker undertones of childhood abuse and a cult being represented in-game by a child who doesn't quite know the extent of his situation is horrifying, like the
Oh.
classic trope of a children's drawing of a monster. And it's even more horrifying considering Brandon's disappearance from the platform. He can't be helped. This invokes both a sense of helplessness and mournfulness, again a similar feeling you might expect exploring an abandoned house where tragedy once struck. We don't know
Yes,
exactly what happened or how much of
I actually like had a sad experience with that actually. Like I actually like so basically I'm not gonna tell you guys the specific location, but basically I went to like a abandoned house. Like not specifically a house, but it's like a little condo farmhouse thingy. And like we went there to like, you know, visit because we didn't know that the people that we were friends with, like me and my family, we didn't know they were actually moved. And like we went to knock the door, right? And as soon as like the person opened the door, it was just like, you know, obviously the person we were not so expected to be greeted with. And literally we were like shocked. They were so like, are you like their like nephew or something? This is like nephew of whom? And then like we, you know, answer the person's name here. And they say, like, well, no, I'm not the person's nephew, but they moved out recently due to one of their like, you know, one of their like spouses passed away. And I was like me as a kid, I didn't really understand what was going on, right? But my parents looked really shocked. Like, they did not know anything about that happening. And, like, we still were allowed to come in, though, because they, like, you know, my dad was a good smooth talker when it comes to talking to people. And, basically, we were let in, and I don't know, me as a kid back then, I felt like it just feel weird having someone who my family used to talk to decently regularly not be there at all anymore. Like, to me, that hits way too different. Like, I think that it's weird. It's a weird feeling.
of what he's portraying and believes is even
It's
real.
the beginner's
other
guide. Oh,
amazing
that's
part
what
of
the
this
thing
series
is called.
its
Okay.
believability.
I'll actually look that
Nothing
up,
is
actually.
inherently
We can definitely watch it next
paranormal.
time,
Cults
because
may
this one's
invoke fear of the
2
unknown,
hours.
but they're real.
2
The
hours.
use of home lives are unfortunately very real. Brandon Works depicts scenarios that could conceivably happen on the platform, and horrifyingly, maybe they already have.
I
but
first
our
met Brandon at
window blinds
Hollywood's
of nostalgia
Desert
hide
Attack
the
in
evidence
about
from us.
November
And that's why Brandon Works is
2008.
so
Aw.
unsettling. It exists in
Dude,
a
I
space that
love
reminds
that
us of
game
things that
mode.
scare us, things that
Dude,
are all
that was
too
a
real.
banger.
And in doing so may make us look back at our own memories with a sense of paranoia. What was just beneath the surface that we may have missed?
I had no idea you were watching this. I would have hopped in stream sooner if I knew. Yeah, zombie, you fool. You failed me. It's right. It's actually really interesting. I actually kind of like this a lot, zombie. I'm glad you suggested this to me. This is really interesting. Like, this is actually absurdly interesting. Oh, we're going to Minecraft. Oh, man, we're going to Why is Minecraft super long? Do you love the rest of what he goes? I ironically hope this tops Brandon Works, because I actually relate to Brandon Works a lot. Not like the kids living situation, but like the whole game feeling. And also old Minecraft. I could probably relate to old Minecraft stuff.
Minecraft's alphas. Those cobblestone and grass textures would take anyone back to a simpler time. No hunger bar, no
Man.
end, running the game on your 1 gigabyte RAM PC at 5 frames a second.
Yeah.
That one may have just been me. But most people playing video games back in the
Oh
2000s will
my
remember
God.
when Minecraft hit the scene in May of 2009. Simply
Yogscast!
for the fact it's full of potential.
Where's the
It was a game that
Yogscast?
appealed to all ages, easy enough for a child to understand, but with enough depth for more developed brains to dig into. Much like Roblox, Minecraft provided a more accessible place for kids to get
The
into
Minecraft
the
was a
game
more
without
curious one,
blood
isn't it?
or gore.
Also, did they remove the fog in Minecraft? I feel like the fog was a thing in the game, but it was removed forever. Because I feel like the fog was a thing.
Very tame cartoon.
The Minecraft one
violence
was the
and
creepiest
really
one to
turn
me.
on
That's
peaceful
fair.
mode, and a focus on the single player.
I think it was probably creepy
experience,
because of
although
Herobrine.
a
Herobrine was
multiplayer
always
mode
creepy to
was
me.
added early on, protecting kids from the slurs of the outside world. However, even with a game so seemingly harmless, ominous tones and rumors crept their way in, whether it be through direct game design or up-and-coming creepypasta authors typing
Yeah.
content about the spookiest
Good
thing you
old
can imagine.
creepypasta authors.
From the terrifying cave sounds that still give modern players of the
You
game
can get
pause
a
when they're at
fog?
level 12
Like
with
that,
super
like
diamonds and
thick,
almost
though?
out of torches, or,
Like
you
that
know,
thick? I never
literal
seen
hell
one that
dimension with
thick.
screaming ghost demons who spit fire. Or the more unintended mysteries.
No,
and
the
odd
fog is
side
still just
effects
when
of
you
the
lower
game's
your
behind
render
the
distance.
scenes. For
Oh,
instance, the mythic
okay.
Farlands, a
That
symptom
makes
of the terrain
sense.
generation breaking down, creating eerie environments that only the most
Is there a mod that like actually makes the fog in Minecraft like a natural thing? Like this thick of a fog? I think that'd be cool as a weather system.
dedicated basement dwellers will get far enough to see. That one was mean. Or if you were like me and running the game on low hardware growing up, the Silent Hill-esque fog that envelops you when your render distance is turned down turns the game into an unsettling voyage into the unknown. But the most well-known bit of horror present in Minecraft came from the community. Herobrine, a mysterious
Herobrine.
rumor of an entity who stalks you even in your single-player world.
Right, Eric, the
Partly popular
Herobrine up for
default
real.
Steve player
Herobrine
mode
was
with white
literally the
lines,
fear
existing in
shit.
the
I was
peripheral
scared to
vision.
play
A ghost,
Minecraft
a
because of
glitch.
Herobrine.
Any early Minecraft player will tell you. after
Minecraft
they
scares me
saw
so
that
much
image,
because of
playing
being
the
alone
game
at
just
night
felt
when you make a long ass
different.
mine and
Now,
you could just
any
see something
cave
run down
noise
and
or
go.
strange piece of
True.
world generation
That's kind of like
is
the
no longer
liminal
a simple
space
side
type
effect
feel
of
it
the
in a
game.
way,
It had a
basically.
motive, a source, a sinister origin. Sure, Herobrine probably wasn't real, but only probably.
I love the
Especially back
Herobrine. Yeah,
then,
the Herobrine mods were
games
actually
tended to
very
be smaller,
complex in
but
how they
felt so
program them
much bigger,
too.
And as a kid, in your undeveloped frontal cortex, anything was possible, despite it probably just being your
Man, why
imagination.
can't we have
What if
that
you were
type of
right?
underdeveloped
What
frontal
if there
cortex where
really
everything
was
could be
something going on
possible?
back then? Maybe it
Man,
wasn't just a
imagine
glitch, a
society
fluke.
if we
What
actually
there
thought
really
everything was
something in the
possible.
game with you? Something below the surface.
Don't you dare make that music, man. Stop freaking me out, man. What's wrong with you? The best Herobrine was the one that just barely missed you.
Hey guys,
just
welcome to
barely
another
Yes! Very
And You're
subtle.
probably asking yourself, what the heck is this? And yeah, you're 100% right to ask yourself that.
TNT Punter.
This is old Minecraft reuploads. Old Minecraft reuploads is pretty self-explanatory in premise, very similar to that of Brandon Works, at least on the surface. The description of this channel reads, channel to upload my old Minecraft videos.
There's one thing I would say about Brandon Works versus this one automatically, is that Brandon Works actually probably is real, but this one could easily be staged because you could just go back and play old Minecraft.
From 2010 and 2011. So it seems we're in for a bit of early Minecraft nostalgia. The series follows two characters for the most part, Legend of Anthony and Gold Mario. These two appear to be friends who play the game together on a multiplayer server along with their own single-player worlds. And it seems likely that we're seeing this from Gold Mario's perspective. Sometimes it's a little confusing whose perspective we're seeing, so I'll let you know in each video.
Thank you,
Now,
man.
this series is technically told out of order, with the dates of the videos in the titles. So we'll be going over the series in chronological order, not upload order. We'll be starting with one of the weirder ones. One of the ones that doesn't have a really clear date. but you can
Watching
see it
this
from the
does feel
top corner of the
nostalgic,
screen, and
though.
it's being played on the oldest version
Simplistic.
of Minecraft. So that is where we will be starting from.
Man. You can hear like the clicky clack from him. Dude, episode 1, other 2. Oh god, man. Literally
Our first
just like
episode
a
has no
like horror
description, and
game
we
right
can't really
now.
draw a lot of conclusions from the title, so we'll just jump right in. For reasons that will be clear soon, we can tell that this video is from the perspective of Anthony. We start with some standard Minecraft Alpha gameplay.
Am I high? I do not remember it being this dark.
Digging around in
I
the darkness
feel
of a
like I
cave,
don't
but
remember this
suddenly
being
we
this
cut
dark.
to blurry and distorted footage of Anthony in a foggy enclosure, stone walls stretching into the fog. Clearly, this was not generated by the game. Someone made this place. Anthony presses forward and reaches a massive wall made of fences. The screen goes
Whoa.
dark, and we see what first appears to just be gibberish appear in the chat, but there's no name for a
Damn,
user
the
to send
way
this message. Running it
Minecraft
through
render
a
light was
raw cartoon
garbanzo
cipher,
beans and
we get
horrific.
this message.
Okay, was it
"You
really
never
that bad? I don't
were the nicest
remember it
person,
being that
Anthony.
dark.
Quit lying to yourself. There's something else before that, though. Something that appears so quickly you may have missed it. This shape, suddenly right in front of him. The top of another player's head. We don't get a good look at what this
Oh.
character looks like, but we know that Anthony is not alone.
What
Our
the
next
hell?
entry in the timeline is Other, apparently connecting with the last
Jesus,
video.
I
The
I
description tells
probably
us this
blocked
was
that from my
recorded on
memory because I was
September
probably terrified
14th,
as it or
2010.
something.
Random footage I had lying around of me and my friend chatting in a server, a bit corrupted as you can tell from the quality. We see the perspective of Gold Mario as he and Anthony talk through the chat.
Oh
It's not
God.
exactly clear what the context
Jesus
of their
Christ.
conversation is, but things don't seem to be going well for Anthony. Gold Mario attempts to comfort him, but whatever is going on, Anthony is getting worried. Whatever it is that is affecting Anthony, is it possible that this is related to the strange happenings in Other 2? Perhaps the event itself, or whatever passed the encoded message seems to be
The
alluding
reason I know
Considering
also
these
is
are the
because that's how
only two
Pocket
videos with
did
the
it too,
Other
since it was using
titling,
the
it
over.
would make sense
Oh,
that they
that's
would be
fair.
connected in some
That
way.
makes
We still
sense.
don't have enough information to really work out what's
I generally
going
don't
on here,
remember it being
so
this dark.
let's
Oh
move
my
on.
God, that's
This
like a
video
memory
is
I
where
blocked
things start
off.
to get a little more normal, and it was the first video uploaded on the channel. The description tells us that this was originally made on September 20th, 2010, a base
Ooh.
that I built when I first started playing. Looking back, it's pretty bad. There weren't even beds yet, so I had to use wool. Judging by the first-person
God,
narrative of the
don't make me
description,
feel like
you can
remember
gather that this is
that.
Gold Mario's perspective. The majority of this video is just complete nostalgia looking back. The old textures, music, and sounds. bulky
This
chests,
house- this
and
house
blocks
looks
of wood in
badass,
place of an
though.
actual bed. It's pretty peaceful and a real blast from the past. When he shows us his mines, however, something seems a bit off. Now, this could just be me reading too far into this stuff, but the majority of the characterization and acting we get from the player is how he plays the game. And
What do you
watching
mean by
enough
that?
Let's Plays and playing the game yourself, you start to pick up on subtle cues. To me, it seems like he's almost surprised entering this area, like there's something he
No,
wasn't
okay, now you're
expecting.
overthinking.
Is
Nah,
it
I don't
possible
think so.
something's been tampered with here? He re-enters the mine from outside, and we see one split-second frame of the screen going black and his
Oh.
health down to just half a heart. Gold Mario is not safe. He turns a corner and we
Oh.
hear very fast mining and a split second of
Dude, why
blue
does it give me-
pants
this
at
makes
the
me
end of
itch-
the tunnel
Oh.
before it cuts away.
Dude,
Yet again, a brief moment shows us that the player
stop.
is no longer alone, even in the safety of
Dude,
their
this gives me
single-player
the
world. Whatever was
heebie-jeebies,
haunting
actually.
Anthony appears to be haunting
This
Gold
gives me the
Mario as well.
heebie-jeebies.
And as we'll see later, it may have spread to Gold Mario because of Anthony.
Dude, this gives me the heebie. I actually just looked behind me, dude. Oh my God. Like, what gets me, chat, is like things that are like what gets me the most is whenever like it's like you're not like you're supposed to be alone, right? Bro, I'm about to go play Pixel. I'm fucking gonna die, dude. Anything that like what gives me the heebie-jeebies is that when you're supposed to be alone, but something's there. You know what I mean? Like, dude, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. Dude, I actually felt a chill go up my spine. I do not like when you're supposed to be alone in a game and there's something stalking you or something's there. That is so... Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps again. I'm gonna get played. I want this section to end already, actually. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Holy shit.
Originally created on September 22nd, 2010,
Oh
we
my God,
learned this
I'm
was
shivering.
Gold Mario's first use of Windows Movie Maker. This is another trip down
Based?
nostalgia lane. As mentioned, the video is chock full of
So
examples of
badass?
early 2000s Windows Movie Maker editing, and that Breaking Benjamin song, perfect. Nothing much of note occurs other
Dude,
than
remember
Gold
when you could
Mario
just, like,
blowing
hit
up
a
bunch of
like,
mobs with
explosion with,
TNT,
like,
but
that?
some of the text that appears seems oddly ominous when given the context that Anthony and Gold Mario may be being hunted themselves.
Really cool caves in Minecraft. Either this was probably obviously staged for
Originally
analog
dated
stuff.
to September
This is still
26,
really good,
2010,
though.
we follow
I
what
still like
believe is
Brandon
Gold
just 'cause it's
Mario
actually
as he explores
real.
some really cool
Pretty sure
and
it's
weird
real.
cave
Actually, it is
generation I
real, I'm
found
pretty
in
sure.
Minecraft. Like most of these videos, it starts pretty normal in the beginning, just footage of someone exploring some caves. However, the music abruptly ends, clearly startling Gold Mario.
Well, they but this stuff
The
is just
sound
how
of
personally they
breath
emulate the
plays,
old
and
2000.
Gold
Yeah,
Mario
exactly.
hurriedly exits the game. This sound is actually an unused sound in Minecraft's game files. Yet again, it's reinforced that he is not alone in this world. But in case you're not convinced,
Oh,
at about 18
dude.
seconds in,
Dude,
if you
I feel
pause,
like I saw
you
something.
can clearly see the silhouette of a zombie? I don't think so.
Dude,
The arms
no,
seem to be
bro,
done by itself.
no.
This is the figure, the other player that seems to be following
Okay,
Anthony and
goosebumps.
Gold Mario. As an aside, one thing I really appreciate about this video and the series in general is the acting on display here. It's not traditional acting, but the way you can tell what reaction the player is having by the way the mouse moves is so cool and feels very relatable.
I
Being
wanna
deep
do
in a cave,
analog horror
running out of
stuff,
torches and
honestly.
hearing one of those cave
I
sounds
unironically
before you
love
really get
analog
used to it
horror.
and
I would
closing
actually
out
make
of
my
the
own
game because it
analog
was
horror
that
edit
creepy,
one of these
very
days.
accurate.
Dude, please.
October 30th, 2010. The video shows Gold Mario walking through this tutorial level, which was real, just not on PC, and I believe this level was only available later on the Xbox version of Minecraft. The description informs us
that
that
one's so
Anthony helped
good.
Gold Mario get this working, seeming to imply, along with the work in progress message, that this is something that was in the game's files but unused. I don't think this is actually true that this was a thing in the Minecraft PC version, but it's not unbelievable and is possibly just an aspect of the Minecraft re-uploads universe that differs from reality. Things seem relatively normal in this video. I don't know, let me know if you guys see anything.
You fool. There was actually Herobrine right there inside the chest.
November 3rd, 2010. The description informs us that we're finally getting back to the perspective of Anthony. We see Anthony
Dude,
building
I am
while
just-
he
oh,
plays music in the
my
background,
eyes,
seems
man.
oddly drawn to a cave
Literally, my
entrance
room
that
lit
sits
up and
too
then
far
turned
from
dark
us.
so
He gets
fast.
closer but pauses before entering and turns off his music, seeming to get up from the computer for some reason. When he does, we can see the fog of the low render distance encroach, and we hear footsteps as something appears just behind the pause menu and then slowly backs away.
Oh,
Anthony gets back to his computer and begins to scare the kid. One odd thing to
no.
note is that when he enters his inventory, his player model is missing. Arriving at the bottom of the cave, he finds a perfectly cut out tunnel, clearly not generated by the game.
Herobrine!
Someone did this. It looks very similar to some of the tunnels in Gold Mario's mind.
I gotta go. I gotta go though. Sorry, beeper weepers. I love you. Have a good stream. Bye, puppy. Love you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Love you. Love you. But dude, oh my God, I want to turn on my lights so badly, man. Oh my God.
And that's what surprised him. Continuing, Anthony reaches the end of the tunnel and finds a pit that goes straight down.
Dude, I like how you can see the mist. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ.
Surviving in only 1.5
That actually
parts,
scared me. I
Anthony
actually
builds his
jumped
way
in my
back
chair.
up
I don't know
and
why.
closes off the entrance to
I
the
don't know
pit.
why that scared me. Oh my God. I didn't register, so it was like placed. I thought he was placing a block, but it was
Judging
like,
by
oh
the
my
title,
God.
It seems that this video is from Gold Mario's
Dude, I've been
perspective.
home
The
alone. When I
purpose
watched
of
that,
being shown to
my door was open.
Anthony.
It was
The
like
description
I
dates
felt so
this
easy.
to
Dude, I feel
November
so
5th,
uneasy right now.
2010, only a couple days
Like
after
my door's
Anthony's
open too,
encounter.
and I live
Aside from
alone,
that,
man.
It just says deleted.
Oh
the
my
video
God.
starts from the
I'm
menu,
getting
and we see
goosebumps,
Gold
man.
Mario
I'm
select
actually
World
like
2, and when he
jittering in my
enters, it's
chair, like
Anthony's
in the
world.
cold,
It
man.
appears that Anthony has sent Gold Mario his save file to show him what's been happening. When he loads in, he's in the exact place Anthony was at the end of the last video, meaning Anthony hasn't touched the save
I'm so
in
glad I didn't
days.
see whatever you
It's also
just
now
what,
night,
see
which
whatever
means
you
it's possible
just
Anthony
saw.
sat in
Yeah.
that corner for a long
Dude,
time
I
before
don't
closing
like
the game.
that.
Gold Mario
Tabbed out
seemingly
like a
unsettled by the dark fog surrounding him,
Dude, I'm
attempts
tempted to
turn off
just
the
scroll down to
render
the
distance, but it's
comments.
strangely stuck on Tiny, so he enters the sealed cave for himself. Once inside, he finds that there's a lot more than just
No,
a single pit.
dude.
The entire cave has now been littered with perfectly cut out tunnels, holes, and pits. We see Gold
No,
Mario
dude.
navigate carefully around them, apparently knowing the danger. of
Bro,
being
honestly, if you guys play
invisible. Aside
Minecraft
from
with me,
a
this is
couple
what you
creepers,
usually will
the
see if you
place
play
is oddly
Minecraft with
empty,
me. You'll
just
see
filled
giant
with
tunnels like
intentionally made
this.
holes and mine shafts going on endlessly. A cave noise plays and Gold Mario exits the game yet again. This experience seems to have rattled him enough to tell Anthony to simply delete the whole save file.
Unironically, Minecraft
This
should.
is-
Unironically, Minecraft should honestly make a get like a NPC like that in Minecraft for Halloween or like April
is the most
Fools.
recent upload on the channel.
That
And
would be so
considering it's now
sick.
the beta, the most recent chronologically, also being dated to December 29th, 2010. At the very start, we can see a part of a conversation between
Dude,
Anthony and
that's-
Gold Mario.
I
This appears to be Gold
remember
Mario
using
telling
that.
Anthony to delete the world he sent him. These messages likely weren't sent long after Gold Mario recorded the video. So why the time skip from November 5th to December 29th? Have they just not spoken since then? Not likely, since we see that Anthony appears to be writing a message as he's looking, and Gold Mario is just sending one. Is he looking at an older message? Or is it possible that these dates aren't entirely reliable? These are re-uploads after all, so the file dates are likely just referencing when
Yeah,
the video was
probably.
initially uploaded to YouTube and not created. It's possible we can't really trust all of the dates on these videos. Moving on, Gold Mario tabs back into his world in beta Minecraft and starts showing off his brand new TNT mob grinder, very similar
Oh.
to his TNT Poner setup from a few videos ago. Things seem to go as normal until one clip cuts to Anthony hiding under a dark overhang at low hearts, diamond sword in hand. He seems on edge, and the little we get to see of where he came from looks suspiciously like the caverns from earlier, very symmetrically cut out. Outside, the world is filled with mob drops. If you've ever used /kill all in the game before, you'll know what this means. Something has killed every single mob at the same time.
Dude,
Even
why did you
full
throw
mob.
so that
He
jump?
quickly makes his way
That
back to his
made
base
me
and into the
jump.
underground rail
What the
system and starts
fuck?
shooting
Oh my God! Welcome back, Sapphire. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So happy to see you. But yeah, welcome back. How you doing? How was your breakfast?
him to another area of his base. You
Oh
can tell
my
from his
God,
movements
man.
he's tense. In this new area, there's another entrance from the outside, and at one point, when Gold Mario looks away, there's an incredibly fast sound of someone building, and when he looks back,
Stop! I
the
hate that
entrance has been
sound.
blocked in. Someone is cornering him. He rushes back out and speeds back to his base, and the video ends. And as of now, that's the last update on old Minecraft re-upload.
No, man, no. Give me more. That's it? Man, I actually was engrossed with that one, actually. That one I was very engrossed with.
So let's take a look at
Hello,
what this
Cormano,
series is
hello.
bringing to the table. What story is being told? What thematic elements
That
it's
one I was
offering,
very
how well the
engrossed
series
with.
executes all of these things from a production and storytelling standpoint. To start, let's just see about the story being told. On the base level, the story is about two friends, Anthony and Gold Mario, playing Minecraft in 2000.
Zombie,
Something begins
you're
stalking
definitely
them
an
inside
Anthony.
their
I'm a
worlds.
Gold
But
Mario.
the exact origins and details are muddy. We have a lot of loose ends yet to be tied, and so some of these questions will have to go unanswered for now. It seems to me, though, that Anthony is the source of this, as he has the earliest encounter, and the entity seems to be speaking directly to him. It's possible that it was spread to Gold Mario due to his relationship with Anthony. Now, although we may not know what Anthony's
Dude, they should
mysterious
honestly make
is,
NPC
why he
like
may
this
not
in
be the nicest
Minecraft.
person after all,
That'd
and
be
what
so
tough situation
cool.
he's going through right now, I do have a couple theories as to the context of this entity's appearance. Firstly, we have to look at the content of some of these videos. The TNT Poner video doesn't seem to have much of a purpose.
Dude, I don't
want
want to see that
Gold
building
Mario's
thing
habit of
anymore.
blowing up mobs with TNT come up again and again. My first thought is that this is the game seeking revenge. We know that Anthony has a habit of digging through the game's files.
Imagine
as
it's
he
just
was able
sitting
to
there
get the
watching
tutorial
you.
up
Yeah!
it's possible that
They
both
should make an
Anthony
NPC
and
like
Gold
that, and
Mario
like it makes
pushed
like
the game
tunnels
a
like
little too
that.
far, got a little too sadistic with the
Hello, what are
mobs
we
and a
doing
little
today?
too
Hello,
lazy
Huey
with the files.
Packard. We're right now watching The Rise of Digital Horror. Right now we finished the Brandon works with a Roblox one about like a kid dealing with like an abusive household that actually was uploaded in 2009. And old Minecraft re-uploads basically telling a story about Anthony, which we think might be a bad person or whatever. We're not really sure, but you know, the whole shindig. Oh well, basically this is a very interesting video.
And well,
I
now
should
it's the
post it.
game's
I'm gonna
turn.
post it in
Time
chat.
for
Hold
some
on.
Minecraft gamer ponage. While I don't think this
Don't
theory
show me
is
that
likely,
again, man. That's scary. I'm gonna post it here on chat. If you guys also want to watch it for yourself, by the way. But we're watching the whole video, though.
It's built on
What's
some
the
of
channel? It's Sake and Hawks. I posted the video in the chat.
the only context we have about anything. The other idea I have is based around Anthony's.
I've been
setting
hopping
of the
streams all day
tutorial
doodling
level
and
as well,
Ooh,
but
what
a
you
little
been
more focused on
doodling,
that
man?
aspect. We
What
also
you been
hear sounds in the
doodling?
series that were in the files, but went unused. Is it possible that Anthony accidentally
Hope it's
unearthed
really
something
good
in the game's
doodles.
files while digging around? That much like the alien in The Thing, something sat dormant and was only able to spread once it was thawed out. Somewhere in the code, this rogue entity. The encoded text.
Streamers
does
all
appear
seasons
in
that-
a
ooh,
similar
that's
way as the work in
awesome.
progress message
I bet you
in the
they're
tutorial
gorgeous as
level,
heck.
Possibly creating a link there. What if the text accusing Anthony of never being the nicest person is guilting Anthony for his part in unleashing this thing on Gold Mario? After all, we see more often than not that Gold Mario is on the receiving end of the entity's haunting. Again, I'm kind of grasping at straws here.
That right there will
There's
be
not a lot
scary.
to
Like,
work with
imagine you guys are
plot-wise, and
playing,
what
you just
other
see
function
this.
is
Like,
there for
dude,
including
imagine you're
this
playing
tutorial
single
level
player and
that
you
can
saw all
specifically
your
point out
mobs in the
Anthony
area
helped
just
with.
die.
Maybe this isn't the first time he screwed around.
That'd be
with the
so
game's code.
terrifying.
The final theory I have, and I think this one is probably most likely, but probably the most expected. Whatever this thing is, it's coming at Anthony for some past grievances and is now haunting the game. More specifically, it could be
I was
an
with Tui for a
ultimate
minute,
hero
Metsuru
brand.
Uni now
We
here.
don't know if
I
Herobrine's
love
initial
them
origin
so
was that
much,
it was
both of them. I
Natsu's
love
dead
Tui,
brother
I love
who now
Metsuru
haunts
Uni.
the
I need
game.
to still watch
Maybe we have a dead brother.
Matsura
Maybe we're
Uni
looking at a dead
Oni's
acquaintance
streams more
friend or
often.
enemy
They're
of
so
Anthony
cool.
Who Anthony wronged in the past. It's a very cliched trope at this point, so it's
They're all
not an
so cool.
unbelievable
They're
idea. And they
badasses.
seem to be hinting at the Herobrine character. The dark blue pants, the dark top of the head. It seems like this is just the Steve player model, and we know Herobrine is exactly that, but with white eyes. But it's also entirely possible it's just baiting us
Metsuru was
or
sitting a
alluding
bunch
to
say, "Oh
Herobrine,
God, what
but
would they
is
do?
in
Would they
fact
draw
allowing
not safe
none
for
of the
work
ideas
stuff?"
posited
I'm
so
guessing
far.
that might be the
Again,
reason.
Story-wise, we don't have a lot. Even the dates of the videos are in question. But that's
Oh, it
kind of
was
part of the
funny,
reason why I
though.
like it. It
It
keeps
must
it
have done
simple,
something dubiously
mysterious.
funny
And I
then.
want to talk about all my favorite aspects of its execution, but first, what does it bring to the table thematically?
Zombie,
On
what's
some
your
basic
favorite one
level,
out of the whole
series
video,
gets us
by
to
the
some
way?
pretty
To me, I think I
interesting
like the
classic
Minecraft one,
horror
but like I like the
foundations.
Roblox one because it's
Paranoia and the fear of being
authentic.
watched, isolation, and the biggest.
What was your
shadowing
guys' favorite?
yourself from
Whoever was
perceived
stick by. I
safety.
know it was
Think
just
about it.
dancing
Our
his
characters,
model's
for the
booty.
most part, are in a
Oh,
single-player world,
be
and that
shaking.
provides you a set of rules you understand. Nobody else can join your game, not other players, not admins. You are alone, meaning the only danger posed to you is that of the NPC mobs. You have an understanding that you are safe here, without outside interference.
Minecraft was
And
the scariest, but the
suddenly,
next one after
telltale
this is
signs of
interesting
human
also.
intervention begin
I'm
cropping up,
excited.
things that couldn't happen
Dude.
without there being someone else
I'm
in
getting
your game.
goosebumps. Stop
And so
showing
those
me these
rules of
clips,
safety,
man.
that sense of security is now
Oh my
shattered,
God.
leading to the paranoia.
Dude, I'm actually
Characters are
shivering. Like, I
constantly
feel
looking behind
cold.
them, jittery hands jolting the mouse left and right, on the lookout for whatever did these things in the first place. It's a classic home invasion story, but in the digital world. And specifically for this series, we know that because it's breaking the established rules that
Minecraft
other
gives
players should not be
me
able to
sometimes
join the
even on a
game,
normal
we have
game.
no idea
Yeah,
what the
Minecraft is
rules are and
terrifying.
what this
But
thing
like,
can do,
like I said
what
earlier, it's more
trying to do.
terrifying to
And
like.
there's
To me,
the
the most
fear of
scariest thing
unknown.
in any
What's so
media
great
is
about
like
this thing
literally
is the
you're
fact
supposed to be
that
alone, but
doing all of
something's
this
there
without
with
using
you.
tropes of
Those
regular
cave
horror
noises
movies.
come out.
Instead,
Yeah,
it's using
cave
things specific
noises.
to Minecraft
They should
and
add an
utilizing
NPC
it
that
for
makes those cave
environmental
noises. Like we
storytelling.
mentioned
For instance,
before,
using these specific
like in this video, Huey, we were talking about like there's this guy who's like in this like ARG like analog thing. Literally, there's like a thing that's stalking people and like building blocks around them to like corner them. There should be an NPC that does that. Like just stares and watches you and then runs away. Like that'd be so cool.
And the works of a player strip mining. By placing
And
the
like how
story
they
in the proper
and like
context, it creates
or like how
clear
you and how you
marks
know
of
that
another
PC's
player who
nearby is
stood
by
near
like a
one.
fog,
All
like a
done in
fog
visual
starts like
language
encroaching in.
specific to the
That'd be
game
so
it's using.
cool.
But now we're getting into the execution side of things, so let's do
Minecraft
it.
is so
The
scary
first
as a
thing I
lack of
noticed when
nothing in the
watching
game.
this
Like
series
even
is
with
how
all the new
accurate
mods,
it
there's
is
not a
at
lot. It feels
presenting
something
those
that you
old
feel alone.
versions
Something
of
could be
Minecraft.
watching there
I
watching.
believe it's using a
Yes.
mod and not
It's like Gary's mod. When you play Gary's mod, it's so massive the map and
if you look
empty.
hard enough, there are some things that if you're an expert on when certain things were added to the game and how things specifically looked in older versions, you may notice some inconsistencies. But for most people, you can watch through this whole thing and it feels completely authentic all the way through. And that's really important.
Dude.
Keeping that sense of immersion is integral to
I'm
Skyrim.
tempted to do
What it
one
also
like
does
a
is
some
effectively
type of
bring
horror like
nostalgia
this. I
back,
think I could
at
actually make a
least
really
for
good
those of us who
horror.
played Minecraft.
Like I did the video on
And it's
Gears
not just
also
about
brought that
reminding
up.
you of the
Yeah.
past, it's about bringing your
Dude,
headspace
Gary's
out
mod's
there, too.
terrifying.
I've been playing Minecraft on and off since 2009, and one of the biggest parts of my experience with Minecraft.
Yeah,
in
if
the
I
early days
do,
was
I want
the
to make one
pure
about
grind
Gary's
urban
mod or
legend
like one
aspect.
for
When my friends and I would meet up in real life, we'd share spooky
Ooh,
stories
Team
of
Fortress
things
2
that
would be
had happened
cool.
when we
They're
played,
called
or
little spaces.
worlds
Look
we
at little
applied
spaces.
to
Oh,
urban
those
life.
usually don't
Even
scare me
tried to
too
start a
much
Herobrine
actually.
Hunters group server
I
and
think
we
it
would
hits
hunt
different
down
when
the
it's like
elusive
something I
weapons.
played
Back then, we
before
didn't
back
know as
then,
much
you
about the
know?
game, and our young minds ran wild. And I'm sure other people
Especially
can
as
relate to
young.
this. It felt like Herobrine could actually exist. And so, by taking your mind back to that time, this series isn't just using nostalgia as a fun coat of paint. It's literally putting you back in a state of mind where you were ready to believe in this exact kind of thing.
Dude,
It
imagine
makes
this
the
thing
whole
was
series
out
10
during when we were
times more
kids. We would be
believable just
losing
by
our
setting it
mind.
at this specific time. It's letting those rose-tinted glasses distort your perception of the reality the series is presenting. Taking those sepia tone memories and
Dude,
using them
horror
against
to
you
me,
to
horror
scare
as a
you.
genre
It's
is
such
like
an
so
interesting phenomenon,
complex.
and it's the reason I feel
And
like
it's so
this
interesting to
series
scare
stands out so
people.
well on its own.
There's
It
actually a
never
game
pushes
called
itself too far,
Aerophobia. I
besides
spelled it. It's
maybe
probably a part.
other
Oh yeah, I
Everything
think I heard of it.
else
Is it
feels
basically
like
the
the
backers
authentic
with like it's
2010
Roblox?
Minecraft experience.
That was
It's
badass.
authentic so that it can be believable.
I actually want to
and it's
play that with
believable
friends
so that it
actually.
can scare you. Fantastic. Lastly, I want to bring up a couple more things that this series does really well. Jump scares and setup to payoff. First, this series does an amazing job of paying off things that were set up earlier. For instance, the long tunnels we see in Minecraft Base Tour becoming a recurring theme, or my favorite, how Anthony gets knocked into the
Yes,
pit in
that's
castle
scary.
construction, and then when we see Gold Mario go to the same place, he's surrounded by pits. Now we know
That's
what
so
can happen,
scary.
and it builds tension as we see it escalate.
Damn, I'd
and it
be
keeps us
down.
on edge.
LOL, I've
It's really
got
great.
quite far in
Lastly,
it.
its use
Ooh.
of jump scares, even though it
I should make
doesn't
that stream
really
that we play with
happen
everyone
in
in the
traditional
chat. That'd be
sense, but
awesome.
it does create the same effect, that sudden rising tension, the heart rate increasing scare in a much more creative way that yet again utilizes the game itself. There are multiple times when you hear this incredibly quick block placing sound. I think it's best shown in Minecraft castle construction. He's standing over this pit after slowly
This is what
building
makes it
attention through
scary.
this dark tunnel. And then
This
suddenly there's
scared
this
me.
rapid sound coming closer, but it's not
Dude,
really
that
loud.
scared
The part
me.
that's scary is that you know what it means. Someone is getting closer. At the same time, the pace is so incredibly fast, it can't be human. And there it goes back to what we were talking about with terrain generation. You know the rules of the game, and yet this thing is taking them and twisting. You have no idea what it's capable of, but it's certainly not constrained to the systems of the game as you've come to know them. And all of this is communicated
Dude.
in a split second of heart-pumping
It's so
panic.
scary to
I am
me.
just continuously
Oh
impressed
my
by
God,
the
I'm
series'
getting- I'm
ability
just
to effectively
chilled.
scare the viewer in unique and non-cliche ways, all the while keeping an intriguing atmosphere. It is a fantastic example of this new wave of digital horror.
I want to cry, man. This scares me. Get me the fuck out of here, man. Okay, we're moving on. That hole is even scarier than the font starts going dark and makes it look like something's coming up with no noise. Yes, that's why. Like, it just adds too much. That was a perfect scare.
Gary's Mod and Team Fortress 2.
I unironically pogged, chat. I actually pogged. I was like, no freaking way.
I've made entire videos about both of them individually before. Despite their incredibly different styles of gameplay, you'll find that their player base has significant overlap. Not only are they running on the same engine, Source, but their communities are also very similar.
Usually mod Minecraft with the horror mod. I should. That'd be awesome. I actually want to play Gary's Mod horror maps with friends, actually.
Community-made content. Team Fortress 2 is a class-based movement shooter bursting with character-based personality. What combining these two games created was a perfect storm for creators to use the cross-compatibility of the engine and create narrative pieces using the personality and art of Team Fortress 2 and the raw creative capabilities of Gary's Mod. A niche but sizable part of the animation online has been Gary's Mod creators, with massive hits that break out of their usual communities, like Heavy is Dead and Team Fabulous 2.
I miss them. I miss them so much.
People in these communities have memories of watching Gary's Mod animation tutorials and the surreal work of other Gmod animators on YouTube. At the same time, Gary's Mod players might also remember an eerie undertone to the game's
that right there
has been compared before to things like liminal spaces. Empty multiplayer.
Gary's Mod is what started the back rooms, damn sure.
And the dark draw of things like the Construct Dark Room. And from the earliest ages of Gary's Mod on YouTube, spooky content was being created, like the classic You Need Me back in 2011. Especially of note is its use of body horror, which will definitely come into play later. This spooky factor led to the creation of
scary
multiple
looking
ARGs
though.
and horror web series.
That's so scary
Gmod,
looking
many
though.
times using nostalgia as a part of
You know it's
but more
goofy
often
looking.
than
That kind of
not, they
scares
were
me
made
though.
using assets and imagery from Half-Life 2.
It's like
the
body
game Gary's
horror.
Mod was built on. But it was only a matter of time before the crossroads of Team Fortress 2 and Gary's Mod were utilized. And it just so happens
after
that
this
that
video, guys,
is
I want to
really
show you
good.
something that actually still scares me to this
Gunslinger
day.
Pro 2009 is a YouTube channel that was created on June 13th, 2017.
I was scared by it too.
the
Yeah,
same
it's so
day of its
scary
first
looking.
upload.
I think it's because the
Unlike
way
many
it
of
looks
these
so
series, nowhere on the
unnatural.
channel does it explicitly tell us the premise of its existence. We have to basically infer it from the content itself. The channel started relatively slow, making one video in 2017, another in 2019, and then picking up starting near the end of 2020. Despite its lack of explicit information, we can gather a few things from what we see. The Gunslinger is a weapon used by the engineer in Team Fortress 2, and the channel's icon is the engineer, so we can assume this person is a fan of that class in the game. But
He's an engineer main, of course.
A cursory
Every engineer main's always a Gary's Mod user or SFM player. I swear to God.
Some short TF2-based Gary's Mod animations, some tutorials on the game. This is a pristine time capsule of Gary's Mod-related channels back in, well, 2009. But the horror concepts and story elements of this series will become much clearer as soon as we get into the videos themselves, so let's dive right in.
This one probably will scare me the most quickly. Bro, what the hell is that model, man? I don't like how Pyro's looking right now, man. Don't you dare jump scare. Oh! Oh, fuck! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, God damn it. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, my tracking's so fucked right. It can't even track my face. Hello? There you go. Oh my God, that's so bad. What the hell was that? Jesus Christ. I'm gonna cry. Is there more? There better not be more jump scares like that, man.
On the same day as the channel's creation.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rudimentary Gmod animation combined with voice mashing, a technique of combining existing voice lines together to create new sentences, which was commonly used in these types of videos. Read me. Aside from the rough nature making it slightly odd to watch, this type of nonsensical video was pretty prevalent in the Gmod animation scene, so nothing too surprising here. One thing to note is that it has this weird VHS filter on it for some reason. I honestly can't think of a reason for this, except that it is the first video in the series, and it was an early attempt to make the video seem spooky, which would be dropped later as the creator behind the series developed the idea further. There is then a 2-year gap between this video and the next. This video is where we really start to understand what's going on in this series. This
Please
is
don't scare
actually
me.
a shot-for-shot remake of an actual old Gmod animation video on YouTube from 2009, Sandvich's Spy. This video also has a VHS filter on it.
Spy
but that
is
dropped directly after
Sandvich.
this video. It starts as a pretty similar concept to the last one, a simple Gmod animation based on nonsensical concept coming from voice match dialogue. However, the end is where it breaks away from the original video.
I'm leaning back. I don't want to get scared. Oh. Oh.
You might already have an idea for what's going on.
That's
the models
cool.
being used to create these animations are alive somehow.
I
and
knew
trying
it!
to
I
escape
knew
being
that was a
used as
thing.
puppets for
I
some
theorized that when I saw
like
Pyro.
a mess
I
weapon.
literally thought, like, oh, why is Pyro movie looking like he's trying to break free what the creator wanted? And literally, I was right. I knew
digital
exactly
story. And as
that
we'll
this was
see
going to be the
later,
story.
Gunslinger Pro knows this to some degree, leading to his quick recapture of the spy after it went rogue and messed up his video. Now, personally, I think these first two entries are the weakest.
That's
The
so
spy being on
cool.
the screen with the glass sound effect and clearly being a green screened element added later, along with the goofy VHS filter on a Gary's Mod YouTube video for some reason. It's all a little cartoony, over the top, and not that scary. However, this video acts as a sort of backdrop to those that come after it, a context that you can use to inform what you see from here on
That's
out.
so
It's giving you the
creative. I
premise
love
pretty
it.
plainly. These models are alive and want to escape. And so, although it doesn't go about telling you this
To me, it's
in a
already
subtle
scary. Even though
way,
it was
the rest
goofy,
of
I
the
think it's
series
scary
is
like
incredibly
that.
well
You don't have to have
executed. And so
visually
it's
goofy.
better
To me, it's a
think
scary
of these first
premise.
couple
Thinking
videos
about
as
like
sort
all
of
the like
Rosetta
all
Stone
the
for
stuff
the
you
rest of the
model,
series,
like 3D,
giving you
all
an
the
understanding of what
dude.
actually
Imagine
goes
all
on.
your 3D
This
models
idea
you
that these
create
models
are
alive can
alive,
sometimes make
and they
even the more
basically see you as their
mundane
like father
very
and like the way you
unsettling.
treat them and
It
like
would
you,
be another year.
dude. That could be a unique premise. Think about it. You literally like make like a 3D model, and like since you're like a 3D model artist, you sell your kid, and your motto is like realizes like why did my own like parents sold me, dude? That would be an interesting like analog horror like thing right there, dude. That would be insanely interesting, right? I think that'll be interesting. Like your all your art creations view you as like their god or like their creator, and you just like sell them away, and they like are like distraught, and they like have like a resentment towards you. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Year before Gunslinger Pro would upload
I
again,
love when
and it
things
seems
come
like he
alive.
really used this time to develop the idea further and improve on it. The VHS filter is gone and is replaced with an incredibly accurate Windows Movie Maker, sensing a pattern here, tutorial aesthetic, from the edits to the video and audio quality to the writing. For those wondering, a ragdoll walker was a contraption
That looks
animators
scary.
would build that would allow them to make the in-game models walk and control them. After a brief title screen, we cut to a showcase of the finished project, showing a soldier walking awkwardly through the map, yelling voice lines from the game. Notice our player is holding the tool gun, an item with a variety of uses in
Remover.
the game, but currently
Oh.
it's set to remover, meaning at the click of a button, he could delete the soldier. It becomes clear that he's holding the soldier at gunpoint.
The
as he
soldier's
slowly
literally
tracks
scared,
his crosshair
probably.
as it moves.
You
Also
see, like,
important
soldiers
is the
stumble,
voice lines
too.
The soldier is saying. When you place the first letter of each line in order, it spells out help.
Each and every one of you will be sent home to your mama in a box. Last one alive, lock the door. Pain is weakness leaving the body.
Oh.
Hiding a message
That's
to the viewer in a
creepy.
way that
That's so
Gunslinger may not
creepy.
notice. We cut to another view where the soldier
I don't like
gets
how he's
stuck.
walking.
Gunslinger moves toward the soldier and pulls out his remover gun again. And we
Oh,
cut
you see
away
soldier
before
shaking
he
his head.
actually uses it, although we never see that red soldier again, so we can guess what happened
Oh.
here. Did you notice though the soldier's
Oh.
head at the end there?
Yeah, he
his
shook
eyes
his
are wide,
head.
almost terrified, and his head ever so subtly seems to shake no, like he's pleading for his life. Pointing it out, it seems pretty obvious, but knowing the physics of Gary's Mod, it could pass pretty easily as just the head wobbling a little bit because of the movement being stuck. But with the context of our last video, all of the subtle touches like this take on a new meaning. This isn't a physics.
Dude, I don't
thing,
like how
this is a
soldier
desperate
walks, though.
cry
It
for
actually
help,
scares
what little
me
control
how
the
he
soldier
walks.
has. We cut away to the
Seeing that,
tutorial
imagine
section.
seeing that in a dark
Gunslinger
alleyway,
shows you
running,
step-by-step
like
how to
walking
make a
towards you
ragdoll
like that.
walker. As he lists
Scary.
the items
It
you'll
looks
need,
so
you can't help but
inhumane.
notice that he's using saw blades as the wheels. Realistically, you can use any of the many wheel models the game has. The use of the saw blades adds to this growingly uncomfortable vibe the video already has. It looks less like a device for animation and more like a medieval punishment machine. As Gunslinger moves to the ragdoll model of a blue spy,
He
you
looked
can
his
see
head
it
up,
start to look
yeah.
at him before going limp.
Oh.
Gunslinger posing it with the fizz gun. As he continues construction, far in the background, you can see something moving. Is the spy attempting escape? If it is, it didn't work. Next, we see Gunslinger attaching the ragdoll to the machine. In another context, this would be innocuous, but with our newfound understanding of what's going on here,
that's
it feels
so sad and
uncomfortable, like watching someone be
uncreepy.
strapped into a painful apparatus.
It's
We
going
even
to-
get a
it's
brief
gonna hurt
glimpse
his,
of
like,
the spy's
his
face,
wiener.
its eyes wide like the soldiers were before his death. Then we get to the testing section. Instead of just pushing it around or simply attaching the thruster controls that would eventually pilot it anyway, Gunslinger hooks it up to the back of a rusted vehicle with a rope and drives it, dragging it along. Spy's awkward
been
run
drinking
as he's pulled
bonk.
along looks uncomfortable, and again, the imagery is more reminiscent of torture than anything else. Gunslinger adds the controls, makes the machine
Oh,
invisible, puts
don't
together
do
a
that
little
walk
scene to
again. So
demonstrate how it
creepy,
works.
man.
Things seem to go according to plan at first, but suddenly the movement seems to falter and the spy suddenly starts running off. Gunslinger runs to catch it and the video ends. Again, this is something that
No!
is completely explainable as Gunslinger's keyboard getting stuck, a glitch with the thrusters, or just some mispress on the keyboard. But under the circumstances, we understand that this is the spy's frantic attempt at escape.
Dude,
The
this
next
is
video
so
has an
cool. I think I like this one the
unemotional
most,
being the
actually.
generic file
This
name
one
for
is my
video's
favorite
screen
one the
capture in
most.
Garry's Mod, HL2, and then the date, telling us this was recorded.
I'm
in
like actually
2010. Up to
just
this
at
point, we
awe
knew
with
that it was
this
a throwback
creativity and
aesthetically to the
subtle
early
like
2000s
details.
and 2010s, but now we know that this is actually
I
taking
love it.
place in 2010. Judging by the title and the actual content of the video, this wasn't uploaded by Gunslinger. This is likely another cry for help from the characters in the game, trying to speak to the outside world. The video is an upside-down POV of something crawling through some dark and dirty tunnels. The
Oh.
movements are awkward and jittery, heaving its way forward, almost as if it's learning how
Don't
to
you
move
dare
for the
jump
first
scare
time.
me with
Most of
this.
the video is shrouded in darkness, but eventually this thing makes its way to an area with a bit of light, and as it turns the corner, it's met with a mirror, and we finally see what this thing is. It's some sort of amalgamation, no doubt created by Gunslinger himself.
What is
blending
that?
Bits of inanimate
Oh,
objects
it's
and parts
Spy's
finally
head.
welded together to create this stumbling mass.
It-
And in fact,
oh,
in the
Jesus
the eyes
Christ.
we're seeing out of is the blue spy's head.
Oh,
As
the spy
punishment
got
for trying to escape,
mangled.
Gunslinger has given the spy a fate worse than death, a mangled makeshift body created only to torment the
Oh
soul that
my
inhabits it.
God.
The spy, in shocked horror at its fate, begins to lurch forward, smashing its head against the mirror until it breaks. Stunned or perhaps just cautious, the spy slowly inches forward. This little prison for the spy was
I am
constructed
getting
in the
scared,
Magnum
Chad. Oh my
construct in
God.
the dark room, which I mentioned
Hello,
earlier.
casually
Massive
alcoholic. Welcome,
landmarks,
welcome.
creepy
Hello.
stuff in
Pet the
Garry's Mod.
robot.
Outside, we get this
Derogatory.
incredibly odd and striking
the
visual
hell?
of a blue
Oh.
heavy and medic standing next to each other, one holding balloons. The spy moves closer, but before it can leave the darkness of the room, the gunslinger turns the corner and frantically
Oh.
picks it up, dragging it back into the tunnel.
No.
At this point, there's no doubt in my mind that Gunslinger Pro knows exactly what's going on. He knows these models are alive, afraid, and want to
Dude,
escape. And not only does
this
he want to
this
control
one
them, but
takes
he
the
has no
cake in
qualms
horror.
hurting,
This one
punishing,
kicks
or
my
tormenting
horror
them.
like
Otherwise,
things
what
off.
would be the point of distorting the spy in such a way, or including the mirror so it can see what he's done? Gunslinger Pro has turned his Garry's Mod worlds into a living hell for the mysteriously conscious and self-aware models that inhabit it. This one is pretty short and falls
Hello, Ragehead. Welcome, welcome. I am right now crying in fear right now. But how you doing, Ragehead? Everything is wrong with you. Welcome, welcome. Wait. Okay, honest to God question, chat. If you knew your models were alive, would you like treat them like normally? Also, why? It's because we're basically watching this nostalgia horror documentary slash thing, and they talk about like 3 analog slash documentary horror. So one is the Roblox one, which is actually a real one, by the way, where it's actually a real upload of a kid basically talking about their trauma of like their abusive household through building maps on Roblox, and that's actually real. And whatchamacallit, and Minecraft is about like a weird like little glitch thing, like a haunting Anthony and Gold Mario. And this third one is basically like there's this Garry's Mod animator, and his models are sentient basically, and they're like being tortured basically. And to me, the third one's the most creepiest and like terrifying one. No, force them to have a tea party with me, Smiley. Okay, you're demonic. But would you, like, unironically though, would you guys actually treat your models if like you knew, like, let's say your creations, let's say your like your books, your everything, if you knew that they were conscious, would you guys like treat them like humans?
falls back into the nonsensical
Or would you
animation
just like
category.
use
And
them
it
for your
also has
sick,
another
twisted
example of something
ways?
that would be odd by itself,
I
but
would
takes
treat them
on a
as human 'cause
disturbing
I feel
angle when you
sad.
realize the context around
I
it.
would treat them a
The
lot
demo
better
of voice
to try to help them
match
personally.
lines introduced us
Same.
as we then
I'll
cut
give them a better life. Like, if I was this, like, if I knew these models, like, are real, I would give them, like, a nice home and everything.
To an amalgam of Sniper's body attached to a sentry
Oh my
gun, being
God.
proudly displayed by the Red
Oh.
Engineer, who, remember, represents Gunslinger Pro himself. Even the sentry itself is just mashed up pieces of the destroyed sentry model. adding to the
Oh,
sense of
that's so
grime
body
and true
horror.
aesthetic. Something else I
I would
realized
treat
while
them nice
rewatching
and also
these
turn the
is that
music
we're
force
looking
them
at a
to
sniper's
deride
body
into my
without a
death trap.
head,
That's
and in
messed up.
Sniper's
Casually
book, we're
alcoholic.
looking at a sniper who is just ahead. I'm willing to bet this is the same sniper. We then see a line of
Oh.
blue characters who proceed to be mowed down by the sentry. Note, their heads are left limp, looking down at the floor, and they all have blood marks somewhere on their body already, as if they've already been killed and their corpses are being used as
Ooh,
props.
that's
Similar to the
brutal.
Walker tutorial, this video is a Windows Movie Maker edited tutorial about how to create a fast sled in the sled builder.
I'm
A
gates
Gary's Mod
this so
classic
much,
that many
man.
players will remember. The goal was simply to create a fast sled and race it down the course. Many times this would be done with friends as a race. So it was pretty common to see tutorials online on how to create the fastest sled. The opening of the tutorial once
Yeah.
again reinforces that the Red Engineer is being used to represent Gunslinger, and we can see that he's set up various models
Besides
in
a
the background.
cardboard.
He adds 2 seats to the sled and places a heavy model in one of them. Gunslinger then adds a sentry
Oh, the
gun
heavy
to
looks
Engineer's weapon
scared.
of choice
The
right
heavy looks
behind
really
the head,
scared.
almost as if he's holding him at gunpoint, as if to say, you make a wrong move, you're dead. At this point, this is a common tactic of Gunslinger. In the next segment, he tests the sled. It's almost uncomfortable, the utter silence as they make their way down. The machine
I would
gun
feel
barrel
bad if I heard
right
them anyway.
next to his
Same,
head. We see two
Derpy.
other sleds go down with him.
Same.
My initial thought,
Dude,
because
this-
of the
this-
cut, was
this
that
is like-
Gunslinger himself had
this
pushed
is
them down
triggering
so they
all
could
of my,
race it,
like,
but we never actually see
horror.
that happen.
Like,
They
I
just
feel
sort of
actually
picked up, and
terrified.
they both end
I
up
do
crashing
not
into
like
each
when
other
something
off course.
sentient trapped in a
Each time
computer.
they
That's
do
like my
this,
number one
there's a subtle
fear
cut,
of
and when
happening.
Gunslinger looks back,
And like, oh my
they're
god.
nowhere to be seen. It's almost as if the characters in these sleds are trying to sabotage him, but obviously he's the one with the remover tool. When they reach the bottom,
I have something for you
Gunslinger
should
gets out and
watch.
looks away, and then this happens.
Maybe. Oh.
Engineer is stranded for team! You are good friend.
Oh!
His attempts
No!
to appease the Gunslinger are in vain, as Gunslinger rushes at him with the fizz gun. The Heavy makes an almost choking sound as he is
Is he-
dragged through the air.
Is he just
This is
mad?
the
Why?
latest
He was
and
being
final video as of
nice!
now. The last one was uploaded in
Why?
May of 2021, and
You
this was
actual
uploaded in
bastard.
March
Oh, is that little Derpy doing? How you
This is
doing?
another animation
Der
video,
what?
but
Yeah,
this
Der
time
what?
it's
Sorry,
longer and
Der
has
what?
a bit more story and premise than the others. It's essentially a parody of the Old Man Six Flags advertisement that was a meme for a while. That's
Oh,
also
God.
notably another use of nostalgia. In this version, the Red Engineer shows up to a town full of other TF2 characters and takes them to a theme park built on GM Construct. Okay, was making theme parks on this map like a trend, or did we all just independently
It's because it was
decide
so
to do that?
massive. It was so massive and
Anyway,
empty.
there's
That's
actually a
why.
lot to dig into here. The opening narration is pulled straight from the ad.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
But it takes on a more symbolic meaning in the context of the series. The models of the game lived relatively in peace until Gunslinger showed up one
Oh,
fateful day
yeah.
and changed everything. His arrival takes on a much more ominous
I wonder what the
feeling. Even
engineer-
worth
I wonder
noting
if
the
fact that we're
engineer is,
given the
like,
impression
literally,
that the
like,
engineer built the theme
Gunslinger's
park.
favorite. That's
Gunslinger
why the
came in
engineer
to
doesn't
piece
get
and
anything.
AI into a world of
I'm
his
gonna head
own
on now. Don't
creation.
get Jose.
Also
Ha.
notice how
Thank
the
you,
animation
Huey. Bye.
is
Thank you for
different.
taking it out.
In
So
the
why
opening,
would you
before the
throw
engineer
something at
getting
me? Why? Also, I clicked the wrong button again. I keep skipping things by accident. Wait, bye-bye. Let me just go back again. Wait, how to go back? It's right around. And there we go. Engineer land. There we go.
Gmod players. Shows up, the animation seems oddly smoother, more realistic. Everyone has a sort of the engineer shows up, the animation
There you
seems
go.
oddly smoother, more realistic and natural. But the engineer's movements are clearly awkward and puppeted, and after he shows up, everyone
Oh,
has a sort of
engineer's not
lifeless
actually a
quality.
model. He's actually
At
like
one
a
point,
like
we
a
even see the
carcass
blue
that
heavy
Gunslinger
medic with
uses
balloons,
probably.
calling back to the earlier video. I really love this. The imagery of them holding the balloons earlier was so striking and creepy, and the fact that it has
Oh.
a canonical reason for existing that actually makes sense is great. It seems that the HL2 video was made during the creation of this video, tying things together with a really cool payoff. It also
Oh.
feels creepy knowing that right behind them, the tortured spy amalgam is cowering in fear, if it even lived after the end of that video.
That's so
the camera
sad.
zooms out and we see something that, again, is a regular artifact of the game. If you move too far out, you'll exit the skybox and some items will stop rendering. But here, it almost feels like the facade has been dropped. We're not seeing the
Ooh.
prettied up version Gunslinger wants us to see. We're peeking behind the curtain. And on that note
Jesus
is the
Christ.
latest upload from Gunslinger Pro.
No, I want
So,
more.
luckily Untangled
I want
When it
more.
comes to the story, well,
That
there
was
really
so
isn't anything
good.
Super secret to suss out here. It's fairly straightforward plot-wise. For one reason or another, Gunslinger Pro's models in-game
This was so
have gained
creepy,
some sort of
though.
sentience. But Gunslinger won't let a little thing like that stop him. He's got Gmod sled tutorials to make. With sadistic tendencies and an iron fist, Gunslinger Pro rules over the characters in his world, using violence and torment in his mission to create epic Gmod animations and cover up the sentience of his puppets from
Dude,
his viewers.
this one was
However,
the best
characters
one.
within the
This
game
was the
still
best
manage to
one.
sneak messages past him, and he seems to have a bad habit of not cutting until after something happens. I mean, dude, just drag your cursor a little further to the left and hit split. It's not.
I love the duality of the
thing is,
animation
I
they
don't
show with the
think
mods
purpose
originally
of the
having
series
moved
is
in
to
the
have a
janky
deep
will show
story
how
or
he's in
hidden
control.
lore behind
Yeah.
puzzles and code.
This is
The series far more
amazing.
focused on presenting and incorporating a few different staple tropes and concepts in the horror genre in new and unique ways. I'd say the biggest one to point out is the "and I must scream" trope, as it's called on TV tropes. This being that a character or group is damned to a fate worse than death. even
Yeah.
after death is never given. While it appears some of the characters in the series likely get removed at some point, I get the feeling those were the lucky ones. Because the plot...
I actually, you know what would be messed up? Here's my theory, right? I feel like when you're removed is actually even worse than death. I feel like you're not actually removed because, like, when you remove a model, right? You just remove it. You don't remove it from the game. I feel like the game is their home, and when they get removed, I think they're actually like trapped inside of the like model menu. And I bet you the model menu, since the model menu has so many people there, right? I like to imagine it's super crowded, like it's absurdly crowded. Well, I must go. Goodbye. Bye-bye, Kaji Alcoholic. Thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching videos with us. That is actually what my theory is, actually. I think it's actually a worse fate than death, again, because they'll be literally trapped inside of a purgatory, which is all where all the models are at, and it'll be, like, very congested. That's what my theory is, at least.
really has so many parallels to the story that the trope is named after. I have no mouth and I must scream. This is a sci-fi post-apocalypse short horror story written by Harlan Ellison. An omnipotent computer has wiped out all but a few human beings. These few survivors are kept alive by the computer in order to torment them forever. In the end, one of the humans is able to kill off the others, offering them relief from the immortal misery, but in doing so, concentrates the wrath of the computer on himself. The computer transforms him into a sort of flesh blob.
Oh, that's gross. I can see it as you're stuck in position the model is, and they can't
expanding his
breathe
perception of
easily, they
time to
can't
make it
blink and
even
moving,
worse.
so the model
This
start
computer
coming.
character
Yeah,
called
exactly.
Pam in the short really reminds me of the Gunslinger character.
Because if they were, because like, if they were afraid of death, if they saw what he does, right, then they will think death is the best course of action. So literally, that's why they're afraid of the remover tool, because it brings them it doesn't give them death.
The architect of the character's torment, and when the blue spy makes him really angry by trying to escape, dooming him to a fate worse than death, manipulating and distorting him into a creature in constant torment, barely able to
Dude, that's
crawl
so
and imprisoned in
creepy.
the darkness. I can't help but notice the similarities. And although the short story is where the trope draws its name, it's nowhere near the only piece of media to do this. This sort of omnipotent engineer of a group of hostages or victims is not new, but this is being
To
executed
me,
in
it's
a really
scary.
unique
To
way
me,
in
it's
Gunslinger
scary.
Pro.
To me, this is way
Also,
scarier.
Speaking of the engineer, I think the choice to use the engineer to represent Gunslinger is really interesting. The medic may have made more sense on the surface, being a sort of mad scientist archetype who does human experiments in the canon of the story, even keeping a blue spy's head alive. But to me, that would have been a little heavy-handed. The engineer is a lot more fitting in some ways, I think. Firstly, in the context of Team
crafty.
Fortress 2, the engineer
TF2 is-
does fit
he's
the
actually
mad
crafty.
scientist archetype too, just in a different way. And the item the channel gets its name from, the Gunslinger, is a robotic arm that the engineer attached to himself after cutting his own hand off. So he feels like he fits the bill. And in general, Gunslinger Pro isn't trying to do medical experiments. He's the architect of this digital world. Maybe he's okay with tormenting these models because he doesn't see them as truly sentient. He sees them as machines. So the use of the
Yeah.
engineer actually makes perfect sense. On the same topic of analyzing Gunslinger Pro himself, I think one of the most unique things this series is doing is the shift of perspective. In the classic The
Dude,
Game is Alive,
this is
spooky
so
era
cool.
creepypasta, we see the player being afraid of the game. This haunted game or sentient AI becomes a villain. Something
Yeah,
that
this time
terrorizes
they're
our
afraid of the
human protagonist.
player.
This even goes back
That to me, that's so
I have
cool.
no mouth and I must scream. The humans are tormented by this super intelligent computer.
The medic
In
I
this
see
version
if
of the story,
Gunslinger
though,
used
we're
him
seeing this
instead would have
person
done more blood
cruelly rule
body horror
over
with other
these
people with
sentient
fit with
digital
technology
beings,
objects
these
fits a lot more.
computers.
Yeah.
He has all of the power.
And
there's
plus,
not
not to
really a
mention,
way
like,
for
it makes, like,
anyone
because
to
Gary's
fight
mod
back,
mostly is
puppeted
using
them with
props and
painful
everything, like
machines,
engineer
removing them from
would.
existence or worse, for acting up. And that doesn't then lead to some
Also,
robot
not to
uprising
mention,
like it might
too,
in another piece of
it makes
media.
sense too because you see like literally him mixing up the machine with the like flesh, you know, with like
Not yet.
spy and
Making
like
our
also
viewpoint
sniper.
and human protagonist be the villain. The game being afraid of the player is genuinely such an interesting turn to take on a formula we've seen before. but really makes it a
Okay,
new experience.
you know what's interesting too? Unironically, chat, if like games were sentient, they would be afraid of us just due to the fact how much power we have as like a player. So literally, let's say like League of Legends was sentient, every champion will resent not wanting to be picked, because literally like they would not want to like feel the pain of fighting each other and everything. If you're in that zombie TF2 abomination with all kinds, I see Meg doing that. It's because yeah, literally the one that I sent to you before, that one was scary as heck.
Experience to watch. And I want to talk about some of the things that change your perception as you watch, but that's starting to move into more of the meta-analysis and talk about how it was executed presentation-wise. So
Oh,
let's
yeah, the
move on to
June
that. I think I want to
archive.
start this section by going back
I
to
forgot
the
there's
start
still
of the
more.
series and
This one's already
reversing
feels like its
Spy
peak.
Sandwich. I have complicated thoughts about this as an introduction. As I mentioned, I think it's probably the weakest episode. It's so blatant and tensionless that it made me laugh out loud the first time I watched it.
Yeah,
And make no
I
mistake,
think it
the
was
series
kinda
does
scary,
have
though.
A genuinely humorous element to it, which I'll get into. But Spy
No.
Sandwich serves a really useful purpose, and I like how that purpose recontextualizes the series as you watch. It gets across the concept so clearly that you immediately begin to understand everything else that comes after it. With the background knowledge, everything you see takes on a new meaning, and I think that's a really cool way to explore it. It allows the rest of the videos to be more subtle and still make
I like how
sense.
the demo
In the
looks
end,
scared
I
when
think
he's
it makes the
talking,
whole
too.
series stronger.
Seems like
There's
everyone
something
looks
else
scared while
about
they're
that video
talking.
that I think makes it special in the series. It's a recreation of an actual video from 2009. This is something that people in the community may have actually seen back then. And finally, coming back to this theme of nostalgia, seeing that video again, bringing the sense of, wait, I remember this, is a perfect way to catch you off your guard using nostalgia.
True.
The concept of twisting your childhood is something all of these series are doing. to
Same with
some degree.
Creepypasta. Creepypastas
Using
literally do
actual
that.
Memories you may have, and then adding this disturbing element is such a good idea. It's breaking through your defenses, infiltrating your childhood. It makes it personal, and that level of being personal is also something that I think uniquely affects this series.
I don't
in a
think nothing
certain
else is
way.
gonna peak
See,
this
like
one,
I
I feel
mentioned
like. This
earlier,
one is
most of the time,
honestly
these
my
types of series take the
favorite.
form of the game haunting the player, not the other way around. But by making the game afraid of the player and then specifically connecting that game to your nostalgic memories of playing it yourself, it adds this extra layer of, what if
So
I was
terrifying to
doing
me.
that? There's almost a sense of guilt you feel watching this.
Yes,
remembering
I
that
do,
weird stuff you did
actually.
with Gmod ragdolls back in the day, strapping them to experimental machines, completely destroying their anatomy and faces to create abominations, and now it's planting that seed that they were
I actually feel
alive
sad
for
about that
then.
too,
Going back to the Toy
actually.
Story connection I made earlier, it reminds me of something that I experienced as a kid after watching that movie, and something other people have told me they experienced too. Suddenly,
Yes,
you
I felt-
take extra special care
Yes,
of kids, even for a little
same.
bit after the movie. You treat them gentler. Sometimes you make sure they're not stuffed too close together. You want to make sure
Yes.
they get enough air. There's the nagging
That's-
feeling in the back of
Dude,
your mind
that is so
they're
true.
alive. Now, of course, as an older person, I don't actually think the Gmod models were alive, but it doesn't.
Oh,
Stop
think
that
it's what
from
we're
being
having
very
up here. I'll put it on right now. Hold on. Yum, 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 yum. Thank you so much for the Happy Purify. I really appreciate it. Dude, it's like, dude, that's exactly how
part
I
of you for
felt.
Making that connection, adding this extra layer of guilt to the whole thing. I'll be honest, it made making that little opening setup I did with the blue pyro feel a little more uncomfortable. I also quickly want to touch on the visuals of the series. Gunslinger Pro does a really good
Oh, thank you so much for another Happy. I'll put it on Rage Head. Hold on. Yum, bum. Whip image. Yum. Thank you so much for the Happy Rage. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see.
good job of creating its atmosphere through subtle visual choices. From using saw blades as wheels on the ragdoll walker to the broken bits
Dude,
of
this is, like,
sentries
so
strapped
good.
together with a rope
I'm
and
so glad we
slippery
watched this,
sentries
chat,
to the
honestly.
limp heads of the blue team and little blood marks. Our point of view is that of Gunslinger Pro, who's trying to hide the true nature of this from us.
I
He's
unironically
trying to
want
keep
more
the
people to
series
watch
from
this
going
type
too
of
far
series
into
or video for
exposition or
sure.
anything, which I think is a good thing. Because of that, all of the stuff we see is visual storytelling. subtle hints placed here and there that give us a bigger picture but let us fill in the gaps with our minds. It's also really good at creating striking and memorable imagery, from turning what could be a goofy visual of a sniper sentry hybrid into something that looks more like a corpse tied to some rusted pipes, to the upside down point of view of the spy.
That one was the creepiest one right here. I think what makes it creepy is that the pincer legs are actually a spy's foot.
Does a fantastic job at characterizing someone from just the movements alone, with no voice or facial expressions. And let's not forget the medic and heavy standing with balloons. It's such a weird but incredibly memorable visual. I also think it's worth noting how cool it is that it actually has a purpose, and in general the series is pretty good at only including things that would make sense to be on camera, but it also has a real knack for reincorporation. Whether it's the heavy and medic being used in the engineer land video, or the sniper's head in the very first video being tied to later the sniper's sentry video. It makes the whole series feel like a cohesive.
Do you wonder if he
narrative
feels that? What if he
connects
actually
and not
feels
separate
that?
vignettes.
That's why he looks so
One last
like
thing about the
blatantly
visuals.
dead.
I've talked about the series
Or what if it's just a corpse that's not even doing what he wants
up
him
to
to
this
do?
point with a pretty serious tone, but really, it's both creepy and genuinely funny. Not in a Tusk sort of way, where it's like, guys, isn't this gross and goofy? Although, strangely enough, Tusk has a similar "and I must scream" premise, but in a charming and wacky way. Like,
Nah,
despite
to me,
the
this is
unsettling
super
premise,
scary.
It's genuinely funny watching the soldier awkwardly run around while Gunslinger holds him at remover tool point. The first time I watched
I don't
the
find it
series
funny. I
was
find it
filled with
scary.
uncomfortable laughing the whole way through, because it is goofy looking.
It
Gmod
is
a
goofy
funny
looking,
game,
but I'm
there's
not
an
laughing,
undertone
I'm
to the whole thing
scared.
that makes you feel bad for laughing, which in turn is another way that it makes you feel guilty while watching. And the thing about that I think is really great is that many of the contemporaries I've mentioned.
Wait,
in this
chat,
same
imagine
sort of
all, like,
genre
your
are
game
really bad at
bugs.
being
Imagine all of your game bugs and everything you do in a game, or like something being goofy, or your player model being goofy, is actually your the game slash the player model trying to break free of the system, and the system is like putting them back in place. Dude, imagine. Like, they're actually just screaming for help, and we just think, like, oh, my game's buggy, time to restart. And restarting, like, basically smothers them. Oh, my God. Imagine that. That would be terrifying if all our life, right, is just, literally is just sentient creatures trying to break free. Oh, my God. And we just literally just kept on thinking it was just bugs and glitches. Oh, I'll actually cry and throw
Human
up.
Centipede, Tusk, at least for me, it's not my cup of tea at all. Gore Shock loses its novelty fast, and then it just becomes gross. I'm not a huge fan of gross horror, personally. But Gunslinger Pro 2009 lets you experience that sort of concept, the hostage-turned-experiment or puppeteered victim, in a way that isn't just unnecessarily gross for the purpose of, that's uncomfortable to watch, right? It's genuinely funny, nostalgic, eerie, atmospheric, and captivating to watch.
I don't find
all
it
at the
funny.
same
I don't know
time.
where you
It's
get
a
the
great
I can
piece
get
of
it looks
digital horror
goofy,
that
but
I
I
can't
find it like
recommend enough,
scary as
especially
hell.
if you are or were a fan of Gmod or TF2. And there have been some other series following in the footsteps to check out too if you're interested, like Badwater Videos 2009. These are interesting in their own right, but I don't think any of them quite capture the same vibe as Gunslinger Pro 2009.
Yeah, he's a pro. For sure a pro. Oh, that was scary. Okay, this one I feel like will not be that bad, hopefully. I don't think this one will be that bad. I feel like it'll be just kind of chill vibes.
Flipnote. If you haven't heard of it, you've most definitely seen something made using it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Flipnote Studio was
Never
an
heard of
animation
Flipnote,
program
I'll be
created
honest
for
with you,
the
until I saw
Nintendo
like
DSi,
animations of
released
it.
in 2008 in Japan and then 2009 in the US. It was surprisingly sophisticated and offered a fairly complete suite of tools needed to create flipbook-style animations. Nintendo
really?
also partnered with
Ooh.
Japanese internet company Hatena to create an online service, Flipnote Hatena, for users to upload their animations to and share with others. Using
Oh.
a system of stars,
I used to
users
look at
could rate
Flipnotes
each
on a
other's
daily as a
works
kid.
and
I
very
have not
quickly
looked at
build a
much
thriving
Flipnotes, I
community of
think.
artists and
I was a
animators,
heavy
some of
Gary's
which
Mod
you'll still
kid.
see have large followings here on YouTube. On May 31st, 2013, Flipnote Hatena would shut its services down, and over the following years, Flipnote Studio would slowly be phased out in an attempt to phase in Flipnote Studio 3D, a new version of the program for the Nintendo 3DS.
This one was what
Community
made popular,
members
I'm pretty
scrambled to
sure.
save their animations, cherished childhood memories. Large projects like Pseudomemo were eventually created, a fan-made replacement website for Flipnote Hatena to host Flipnotes. And on the anniversary of Flipnote Hatena's shutdown,
Chat, I'm not gonna lie.
2022,
These
Pseudomemo
things
published
are
a
so
12
scary, but
terabyte
this one, I
archive
think this
of
one I feel like I'll
Flipnotes
be
from over
chilling.
years.
I hope
But
this
a
is
couple
chilling
months
for
before
me.
that, in April,
I
a
hope
smaller
this isn't a
project
chill.
meant to host a Flipnote archive was started, and something odd seems to be going on. The June Archive and Restoration Project, or simply the June Archive, appears at first to be a simple channel dedicated to re-uploading flip notes that may have been lost after the Hatena shutdown in 2013. The descriptions note that many of these have been recovered from corrupted data and
Please
have been restored
do
to the
not
best of their
scare me.
ability.
I want to
However, as soon as
relax
you
with
begin
this
to watch
one.
these re-uploaded videos, it's clear that something more is going on besides some corrupted data. Occasionally, the channel mascot Fuzz the Cat chimes in to give updates. As far as these series go, this one definitely has the best production value and mirrors the analog horror scene a bit more. However, in its own way,
Okay.
it's wildly different from any of these. I should probably put a disclaimer here though. Unlike Gmod, Roblox, and Minecraft, I was never really into flip notes.
Yeah,
growing
same.
up. So I may have some blind spots here, but I've tried to consult with some people.
And
I know
so
who are
since
in
you,
the
Zombie and
If you
Derby
want an
said you both
explanation
like
from someone who
flip
has
note,
more of a
tell me
firsthand
about a
background
bit
with Flipnote,
about
check out
it during this like
With
video.
That said, let's dive right in. This video starts pretty normal, and it's not hard to see exactly what's going on.
And
We
tell
see
me
a
if something
frustrated
seems
frog,
odd,
the Flipnote
too.
mascot in a top hat singing "Goodbye So Soon" from The Great Mouse Detective. Fantastic movie, by the way. This is a flip note created not long before Hatena was shut down, a goodbye. And by the way, much like Spy Sandwich in Gunslinger Pro 2009, the opening part of this video comes from an actual real flip note. However,
Oh.
things quickly start to veer off course.
Goodbye, so soon, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
by now
Yeah.
that time
Oh.
knows how to
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So here's goodbye, so soon you'll find yourself.
Hey, this cover, hey, your poopy cover is banging.
With
Time. The frog's dead.
The video first seems to glitch. on
Wait, that
the
was
spot
funny.
and then
The
completely
frog
glitch out
literally
of the
just
phrase
died.
For the last few frames, you see the frog laying on the ground and then an actual
No.
image of a real dead frog. It's also worth noting
Was
that
she
the
a
description
frog?
mentions that the corruption of that data draws into question the authenticity of the files themselves, upload dates, and even the content of the videos. This is yet another video that starts as a direct rip
Yeah,
from
was
an
she
old
a
popular
frog?
Flipnote, starring a Mario sprite. A fairly popular theme in old Flipnotes was using sprites, especially from the Mario games.
Take a look in the kitchen. You can't find them.
Huh?
You can't find them.
No, you cannot do cheesy stuff like. Do not jump scare me. We calm? Whoa, whoa. Whoa, what? Okay, obviously this is not normal.
Let's break this down. After the line, "You can't find them," things get dark, and Mario leaves the house to see a massive red city. He seems to die, his sprite
Whoa.
falling to the ground.
It looks like
for
the
a
Peter
moment,
Griffin
with the out of
died.
time graphic from the Mario games behind it. This theme of time is continuing. We see a flash of some dark clockwork cat machine.
Oh,
running back
that's
up
so
to the city.
brutal.
Some writing on one of the buildings reads Hatena, and then we see a date,
Hatena.
June 1st, 2013, the day Hatena shut down. The date turns into an overwatching eye. It then transitions.
Oh,
into
what if the
another
animation is
footage,
also the
someone
same
saying,
living
"Where is
stuff?"
everyone?" And the face of the person next to them.
And all their friends
transforms
basically
into an eye of the
die.
last frame.
That'd be
That
messed
flip note
up.
will be continued in the next video, but let's take a quick break to see what we can assume from here. The city we're seeing appears to be a representation of the Hatena web service. The repeated
Yeah.
motifs of "out of time," "you can't find them," and "where is everyone," along with the date turning into a sort of watchful
Man.
eye, seems like the shutdown of Hatena.
I don't
is
even know.
framed
I
as
don't
a
even
sort of
use Flipnote, and I feel
apocalyptic
sad
event,
about
the
this type of
Flipnotes
thing.
themselves experiencing it in some anthropomorphized way. The characters in these Flipnotes seem to live in the Hatena city, and the shutdown of Hatena is like some sort of rapture. With that in mind, let's move on.
That's
Yet again, this
cool.
video starts
That's
with a
actually
real
cool,
old
too.
Flipnote, although it appears to have been reanimated as the characters look completely different from the original. We see the interaction of asking "where is everyone" like before, this time the words echoing through the city.
Where did they go?
Oh.
They grew up. They moved on.
Oh.
And you? Why do you still live in the past? Get it. Get it. Get it.
Dude, this is cool.
Here's your hot dog.
This end transition moves into yet another flip note, which I'm guessing is the reason for the new redesign.
This is
We
so
see this
cool.
clockwork cat again, and the monologue seems to suggest that either the flip notes have all left after word of the Hatena shutdown, or the users of Hatena have all left. This video is an update from Fuzz the Cat about how the archive is going. It's a relatively standard thank you for the support video, but like all of these, things get weird at the end. Fuzz asks us why we're here. Are we looking for something? Because he is. So maybe Fuzz and the archive in
Fuzz
general
is Satan.
isn't quite as innocent as it seems. Can you guess what I'm about to say about this one? This is also based on a real flip note. Kirby rolls add 10
Kirby!
stars, this being a reference to star begging flip notes from back then. And then a hand lurches from the screen, smothering
What?
Kirby and crushing him,
What?
squeezing a
What?
solitary
What?
star out.
Kirby! Why?
The stars are growing dim and dwindling in number. But why? Something's not right.
It seems there are more effects of this oncoming apocalypse for the world of Hatena. The stars, either some kind of currency or an item containing some power, are dwindling and losing energy. The last remnants of stars before Hatena users couldn't add them anymore. The video ends with a Ouija wheel of fortune.
Thank you so much for the head pat mod I'll put on right now. Hold on. Dude, this is actually good. Like, you guys can easily tell what kind of horror genre I like. I absolutely love horror genre that has like sentiency with your
Again, a reference
creations.
to the original flip notes. But notice that at the
Luigi.
top, press to remember. There is special emphasis on the passage of time, the past, and memory. In this video, we have someone pull up to a McDoodle's drive-thru asking for a way out. He explains to the employees that they are all trapped inside Hatena, and something is closing in that's going to kill everyone if they can't get out. We see that 27 minutes have passed. My guess being
I'm guessing you need the stars to get out,
the employees
probably.
argue for a bit amongst themselves before suddenly disappearing, leaving the customer alone. He looks up to the sky and sees an eye and face looking down from the sky. We see these letters and numbers appear, which are likely part of some code that we'll have to solve later. Also worth noting, a clock ticking can be heard throughout this video. This flip note contains a parody of American Pie, referencing the closure of Hatena. The word time yet again causes a glitch. A character that appeared in a previous video interrupts the song.
Dude.
Memory is the key to reality. If it burns down and no one remembers it was there, it's almost as if there was nothing there to begin with.
This is so cool.
Then we see this weird vial with the words unlock, do not destroy. At first glance, this series seems to just be a more symbolic take on Hatena's closure, but clearly there's some deeper lore here too, we're just beginning to uncover. Another update from
I'm
Fuzz,
actually
this
so
time on the
excited for this, and
anniversary
this
of
one
Flip
is actually
Notes
cool
and
story-wise.
Episode.
That's scary,
Fuzz's
but it's
phone
cool.
interrupts him, and whatever he hears on the other side upsets him.
Isn't nostalgia just the worst?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fuzzy feelings inside for a bygone era that slowly fade and crumble into nothingness as you realize that the good
Yeah.
times are behind you. You can't go
Yeah.
back.
Hey, man. Relax.
But what if you could turn back the clock just a little bit? What if you could change a thing or two?
Yeah?
Oh, well, Fuzz, wouldn't that alter the present as well? That's exactly the point.
So,
Oh, so
Fuzz's
the so
plan
he
is
wants to
even
collect
a
the
little
source to reverse
if
time,
only slightly.
basically.
He's not just looking for something, he's literally trying to reshape our timeline. He also makes explicit reference to nostalgia here, which I think is pretty noteworthy, but we'll talk about that more in our deeper analysis. For now, you may have noticed the red flashes on the screen as he talks. These are a code that is actually part of a URL that leads to a hidden video. This video takes the form of a pretty common trend on Flip.
That's
DSI
cool.
safety videos, teaching you how to properly care for your DSI. However, like all of these, the video takes a turn pretty quickly.
Have to protect yourself from memory virus.
is a parasite that spreads from mind to mind and grows in strength as more and more people form memories surrounding it. The more hosts that remember the parasitical entity, the more stably it roots itself in reality, becoming more and more real each time it spreads. With enough hosts, the parasite may even gain access to the physical world and cease to be a concept or an idea.
Oh.
This slowly underwrite their infected
That's
memory
cool.
virus and will continue to propagate and spread the parasite to others. How to prevent the spread of the memory virus in 4 steps. 1. Isolate the source of the virus. Keep it away from prying eyes. 2. Destroy all areas
I don't know
of the
why I'm
parasite,
getting
including
anxious.
the
Like, I'm
brain,
getting anxious
etc.
breathing. I don't know why. I think it's because the ringing. I'm getting a little bit anxious breathing right now.
Pray that it's not already out of hand.
So now we've got even more shit going on. But there's one more
I like how the
description of this
captions
video
went
reads,
blank.
"The team
No
thought they
swear
could
words.
manage me.
No
Now
more
I manage
cussing.
them. Would you like to be a team member? Oh, who am I kidding? I'd At this point, you already are. So what I'm gathering here is that Fuzz isn't actually just a stand-in mascot being made by people.
Fuzz
behind
is
the archive.
real.
Fuzz is one of these memory viruses trying to manifest itself into reality. The people behind the
Hey
archive
man,
were
if
hoping
you want to
that
bring
these
back
would
the old
bring
days, I'll
effect,
take it. I'll take
but
the
Fuzz
dub.
ended up taking control. And it seems, just by watching these and knowing who Fuzz is, now we have become hosts. And by me sharing this with you, I've spread it. Yet another
Oh.
This time it's interrupted
That's
right
cool.
Here. Well, this happens.
Prepare to lose your annual salary, sucker.
Wait, what?
Transfer initiated.
Oh. That's trippy. This is trippy. Oh, he's trying to grab the vial. What the hell?
Mechanical Cat is back. It seems like we know where the Flipnote characters have been disappearing to. This cat has been temporarily relocating them. I have a few thoughts about this, but mainly that the cat is definitely related to Fuzz somehow. The imagery of the only
It seems like I
two
feel like
cats in
Fuzz
the
is trying to
series
say
doesn't
all
seem
the
like a
flip notes. I feel
coincidence. They
like.
have to be connected somehow. This starts showing the Mechanical Cat yet again.
Transfer successful. Recharging.
It says it will take around 30 minutes to recharge and seems to be on cooldown until then. We see images of the empty city of Hatena, and then we see a caped stick figure staring out over the city. From
What a
Earth. He draws
badass.
a sword and the video ends. The caped figure and the music are all a reference to a classic Flipnote, although to be fair, pretty much everything in this series is a reference to a classic Flipnote. In the beginning, there's a code that appears just for a
Ooh.
moment. Decoding it, it says, transfer successful. Timeline of origin, Ugo Memo Hatena. Destination, Earth. Man, due
Earth.
to issues beyond your control, you may never return to this time. And as for right now, that is the last of the uploads on the channel.
Oh, but what about the hidden video though? To the channel though, you said.
Okay, to start our analysis, I want to mention that the YouTube account is actually only one of 3 places I know where this series is being uploaded. The June Archives has a Twitter that is relatively active where these videos are also uploaded, as well as a
Oh.
pseudo-memo page. It's clear from the references and the really accurate replication of the Flipnote style, probably actually being made on Flipnote, that the person behind this series was a Flipnote aficionado from back in the day.
Yeah,
And
seems
judging by
like
the
it.
incredible animation quality, was probably a creator. And we actually do know who's behind this thing. Cereal Bowl, as they go by on Pseudomemo. And yeah, they were making Flipnotes way before they started the June Archives. And it makes sense. Almost every single character that shows up is a reference to old
And it's
Flipnotes.
also very,
Most
like, well
videos
made,
start
too,
as
like, very
direct
detailed.
reanimations or just straight up rips of old Flipnotes. It's actually pretty interesting because much like Spy is Sandwich, we're seeing the corruption of videos people probably have actual memories of. Okay, so what's going on with the plot?
I wish I had
We've
memories
gone
of
over
that.
a
This seems
couple
like it would have
series
been a
that
cool
aren't
thing
really
for me when I grow
plot-heavy,
up,
but this one
honestly.
definitely is plot heavy. And to be fair, it seems like we're pretty early into this, so there's probably a lot of questions that don't have their answers revealed yet. But for now, here are my thoughts on the story. So the people behind the June Archive and Restoration Project begin their work. For now, I don't have any
Wow!
reason to believe they had ulterior motives aside from collecting and archiving Flipnotes from before Hatena shut down. In order to do this, they enlist the help of Fuzz the Cat, aka a memory virus, which helps them not only recover corrupted data, but my theory is literally restore Flipnote files from people's memories. That's why
That
this
is
corrupted
cool.
data can't always be trusted, and things seem to change from their original state. They're being archived from unreliable memories of people who've seen them. Despite this incredible new way of
Oh.
collecting these lost Flipnotes, the team loses control of Fuzz, and Fuzz takes the lead. He's looking for something. Exactly what, we don't know yet. But we also know that
Seems like he's
memory
just looking for a
viruses
way to,
are
like,
spread
bring
enough
back
to
everyone
manifest
back. I
themselves
feel
in
like
reality.
Fuzz is actually
That's
the
what
good
Fuzz
guy. He's
means
not
when
even
he
trying to
says,
hurt
"Want to be
them.
a team member, you already are." By simply
Seems like
knowing
Fuzz
about him,
wants
you're
to bring
helping
back
him
Flipnote,
grow in power.
basically.
Meanwhile, in the city of Hatena, I should probably explain my thoughts on what exactly the Hatena city even is. In my view, it's an anthropomorphized view of what's happening in the ones and zeros behind Hatena.
Makes sense, 'cause literally
Obviously,
they're
like a
just, like, doing
fantasy player.
skits.
The city represents the Flipnote Hatena service, with the inhabitants inside being the characters in the Flipnotes, and many of these locations being the places these Flipnotes have taken place. The ending of the Hatena service is visualized as this apocalyptic void, slowly encompassing and deleting everything. This can be seen in 2 ways, and I suspect it's both. On one hand, the actual online
Yeah, that's where he
storage of
gets
these Flipnotes are
transferred.
ending, meaning literally being deleted. But also, we have this focus on memory and the line, "If no one remembers, did it really happen?" The fact that it's sort of slowly encroaching and not immediately ending everyone also gives me the impression that we're also talking about these characters dying once everyone has forgotten about them. It's
Ye-
not a new
yeah,
concept at all, and
ooh.
probably most famously, this concept was articulated by street artist and political activist Banksy in a well-known quote. They say you die twice.
Also,
One time
also
when you
like
stop
same
breathing,
in like the
second
Day of the
time a
Dead
bit
and all
later on,
that.
when somebody says your name for
Yes,
the
Eran
last time.
muertos.
That's really the core idea to this whole story, memory fading. So as the apocalypse overtakes the city of Hatena, the citizens start disappearing. And this could just be the void getting to them. But I get the impression that's not entirely the case. The mechanical cat is a representation of Fuzz, or the process Fuzz is using to take these flip notes and bring them into the present.
Yeah.
temporarily relocating them before they're eaten by the void. It also appears that while this is all
So
happening,
Fuzz
the
is actually
characters
just honestly a
inside of
good
Hatena
guy,
are
but also at the
fighting
same time he's trying to
amongst
fight
themselves as
him.
they realize something is wrong. This character taking the stars from Kirby, while I also think might just be a reference to the give stars or else trend, is really realizing that something is happening with the stars, like the very life force of Hatena is dying. But
Yeah.
that leads me to is the
Poor
question,
Kirby, man.
what are the red vials? One thing I found myself thinking while watching is that these vials are somehow the bottled energy of Hatena itself.
I think
whole
that might be
city
the
is
flip notes,
seen engulfed
actually.
in this red light, and there was a type of star in Flipnote Hatena that was red, which is why these vials are so important. But more likely, although I suppose they aren't mutually exclusive ideas, is that these are powering the mechanical cat. Maybe because the cat is collecting so much of this energy, that's why the stars are losing power. But
Yeah, and
what
that's
is
why it
Fuzz
gets
looking
dark
for?
for a little
What
bit,
is
too.
the story of these characters aside from being their respective flip notes? What happens when Fuzz gets enough power to become real? These are questions that for now will have to go unanswered. Moving away from just a storytelling perspective, I want to talk about some of the really cool things this series is doing with its themes and concepts. Firstly, I think this series is the one that deals with nostalgia the most directly.
Oh yeah,
Fuzz
like
mentions
literally
the
the whole plot line is
Fuzz's
literally
whole goal
nostalgia at
seems
its
to be
peak.
bringing these memories out of our nostalgic past and into the present. But outside of that, we're looking at memories of our past as a whole. One common explanation for why the feeling of nostalgia exists is that it helps us build a coherent and continuous narrative around our lives. If we can only
That's
live
true.
in the present and things are constantly changing, what really makes you, you? By looking back on our memories, we build a sense
Oh.
of progress and identity. And what the June Archives explores is the fear of losing that. It's not just losing some old videos, it's about losing a part of ourselves. In that same vein
Dude.
of memories and our past,
That
here's great
actually
use of the
literally
fact that
gives
our
me
memories
goosebumps
are
thinking
not
about.
infallible. Most of the time, your memory is off, even if just slightly from what actually happened, especially as time goes on. Memories become memories of remembering the event and not the event itself. And so, memories are not always reliable, which is one of the reasons eyewitness testimony is often criticized. What actually happened doesn't change, but what we remember does. How we perceive things is subject to alteration as time goes on.
That's
The
so
series
true.
uses this in such an
It's like the
interesting
Mandela
way. This
effect, isn't it,
corrupted
basically?
data, if I'm right about my theory of Fuzz collecting these flip notes from people's memories, are different from their original form because they're being taken from unreliable memories of people who watched them. By the time Fuzz can extract them, they've already begun to fade, like the memories themselves. The city's life force itself is waning, as it's only being held up by the people who remember it. It's such an interesting concept. The last thing I want to
Dude.
mention in this thematic section is the use of the memory virus, a being that is only brought into existence by people thinking about it. This idea has its hands all over the place in horror media. From horror classics like The Ring, where watching a
Oh
certain
yeah,
tape will
yeah,
cause you to
and
be
literally she
attacked by
starts
an evil
spawning
entity unless
everywhere.
you show that tape to someone else, to the spammy world of horror copypastas that exist on the premise of, if you read this, you will die
Right.
tonight if you don't send it
You
to
don't
10
get
other
copy
friends,
friends, or you'll
which
be
funnily
eaten.
enough is also a technique that people would use for star begging. It also exists in other ways as a concept in mysticism. Tulpas are beings that can supposedly be created using your mind, your thoughts and belief bringing them to
Ooh.
life. In an example
That's
more similar to the
interesting.
June Archive, in that it's more of a sort of metafiction piece, the ergodic novel The Raw Shark Text contains an antagonist that takes the form of a conceptual shark that feeds on your memories and identity and swims in a
Shark.
conceptual ocean. I think that the June Archives has found a really impressive and unique way to execute this idea by tying in childhood nostalgia and digital archiving of a lost site. On the topic of execution, as I mentioned earlier, I think this series is definitely the one with the highest production value.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it's
first
like
thing
the
I wanna
animation
talk
is
about here
insane.
the actual classic flip notes, because I don't think it's just a gimmick. I talked about it a bit in the Gunslinger Pro 2009 section with Spy as Sandwich. Taking media you might actually have memories of and then twisting it is an incredibly effective way to infiltrate the viewer's mind. And
Yeah, and
scare
it like
them.
lowers your
And while
down,
it's a
like
fun
the guard
reference
down
and
really
moment in
easily
the series,
too.
June Archive utilizes this technique in almost every single one of their videos, and it connects much more
Yeah,
to
'cause
the
it-
core of
yeah,
what the
that's so
series
cool.
is tackling.
It's so
The
cool.
entire series is about memories and how they change as time moves on. So people who are using Flipnote Studio and Hatena back then will
Jesus
have memories
Christ!
for decades.
Ow! Jesus Christ! Hello, Kendra. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Hope everything is well with you right now.
getting these really unique experiences of the series genuinely corrupting their memories, the same way that things are being done in the canon of the series, accessing a part of their brain that it couldn't without making explicit reference to actual memories.
What the
and then
fuck am I
changing them.
watching?
It's such a
You are watching the rise of digital horror, and basically you watch Brandon Works, which is a real, like, actual event that happened to a kid who, like, made, like, horror, like not horror, but, like, made, like, maps talking about his, like, an abusive household. Then we watch another analog horror about, like, basically, like, Minecraft, like, there's a creature hunting them down. And Gunslinger Pro 2009 is basically, like the Gmod. The Gmod modelers' models are actually alive, and he's basically torturing them. And this was basically like all the memories of the Flipnos are slowly fading away, and Fizz is trying to bring them back, basically.
Cool way to actually connect to the viewer.
That's
And
what
as
you're
we talked
watching.
About, we use nostalgia to connect our experiences together, to keep our sense of self. So it's literally messing with that to the viewer themselves, making use
I just think
of
I
nostalgia
knew I
in
just
the
by
most
had that
direct
so for
and I
6
think
keys.
effective
Ooh,
way
nice,
out of all of these
Kendra.
series. I'm not even sure
You've
it's
been
my
making the
favorite,
big
especially because
bangs.
I didn't really grow up in the community, but I can't deny how well it's doing what it's
Actually,
doing.
I'm curious. Whatchamacallit, Derpy, Duet, and Zombie, or anyone who actually, like, watched or, like, used Flipnote a lot as younger, how does this make you feel, actually? Because to me, it doesn't creep me out, but, like, does this thing ever, like, creep you out or, like, make you feel sad? I actually always wonder about that. I spent a couple of years fires as well 3 times. Ooh, nice! You make big banks in, like, trading, Kendra, on God.
Also, the way in which it's incorporating the old Flipnotes is just genius. How many of the lines in the series are directly from Flipnotes themselves, things that are seemingly unconnected and innocuous that are fitted into a coherent story, much like individual memories in our sense
This is
of
so
self.
cool.
And the
It
same
doesn't
way
creep me out, it just
Gunslinger
makes me
Pro
remember some of
used
the Flipnotes I
context
used to
of
watch as a
Spy
kid. Does it make you
Sandwich
feel
to make the
nostalgia
use
like
of
if Fizz
each
would
video
say,
left.
Zombie, or no?
This theme of time and characters going missing
Like the
and
Mario
the
one,
full plot
like the
is
Mario
almost
one is that
exclusively
one I
revealed to us,
watched.
especially
Oh,
early
that's
on,
fair.
by emphasizing lines that occur naturally in the Flipnotes, and I think that's such a great idea. Finally, I think I would
Can
be
we watch
doing a
TF2
disservice to the
funny
series
TF2
if I
moments?
didn't mention
No!
narration. Of course, a lot
Kind
of
of, but
this
not
ripped directly
really.
from the
Oh,
Flipnotes,
okay.
but the
So
original
I'm guessing it was not
sequences
that
are
big a
shown
part
are
of your
clearly
life,
done by the
basically,
work of
Zombie.
someone or a group of people who are incredibly talented. From the twisting clockwork machinery of the cat to the effects animation to the dynamic mannerisms of Fuzz the cat, the whole thing just looks great to look at. Of course, the high-pitched voices and stick figures, much like Gunslinger Pro, add a bit of humor to watching the whole thing. But it really is impressive.
I
to
don't
see
know
how
what
well
this
it
guy
melds the
says about
charming
humor.
aesthetic of Flipnote
Lot
and
of
eerie
majority of
atmosphere
this
concepts
is
and
not
environments. But with that
humor.
said,
I don't
that's
get
the
where he
last
gets
of
this
the
from.
series we'll be talking about.
Yeah,
This
humor.
has been sort of like
Wait, what about the
multiple
hidden
videos,
video he
but I do
talked
wanna spend a bit
about?
of time to explain why I think these series are related and what they mean for the future of ARGs, unfiction, and analog.
It was a
horror.
big
So those are
part
some of my
because
favorite
I used to
series
spend a
I've
lot of
seen
time on it,
come
but
up
I
out
don't
of
feel
this
nostalgic for it.
digital
I
horror
think it's because
genre.
out of the
In many
take on
ways, they're very
Flipnotes.
different,
Oh, okay, that's
using
fair.
completely different pieces of media and telling completely different stories. But at the same time, they're existing in the same space and have a lot of interesting overlap. So I think it's worth taking a second here to cross-analyze them a bit.
Let's start with their formats.
Yeah, it
3
doesn't
out of
creep
the
me
4
out or make me
series
say
are
it's just more
focused around
nostalgic.
video
Oh, that's
games, all
fair.
from the same
The side
era,
of stuff is the stuff, but the
2009
story
to
isn't, if that makes sense.
2010.
Oh,
Although
yeah,
Dune
that's fair,
Archive
yeah.
does vary a bit in this
Because,
area.
like, the
It still
Minecraft
covers
one,
that
the
range,
Roblox one,
2008 to
and the
2013
Garry's Mod
range.
one kind of feel like,
Presentation-wise,
you
they all
know,
consist
something
of
that you could,
relatively
like,
short
happen as a
pieces that
kid, you know? I mean,
replicate
like,
the
it's a
different types of
nostalgic story
internet media
reason a
from
little
that
bit.
time period. Minecraft Let's Plays, Roblox
Dune
videos,
Archive, though, I think is
Gmod
a cool
animations and
story-wise, though.
tutorials, and Flipnote animations. So when it comes to their format, the basic concept and time period, we're looking at series that tackle the same thing, basically. But the more thematic elements is where each series begins to differ slightly, as they use the specific medium they've chosen to tell a story unique
How
to
does this
them.
one only
The
have
biggest element that
298
recurs throughout these
views?
series is
This
that
should
of
have a
title.
million, dude. This
Everything
is
these
so
series do in
cool.
their presentation is in service of this goal to bring you back to your childhood memories, playing the games, watching the videos that you remember. In that same vein, they're connecting us to our memories, using that to infiltrate our minds in order to deliver their scares and make their message hit harder. Gunslinger Pro and especially June Archive do
Gunslinger
this
Pro hits
directly
so
by
hard.
referencing pieces of media you've seen, but Brandon Works and old Minecraft re-uploads are able to do this without drawing directly from any other specific YouTube videos. Brandon Works does this to create a feeling of believability, which adds to the unease you feel as you begin to understand Brandon's troubled home life. Minecraft re-uploads uses this to dredge up memories of your own fear playing the game as a kid, to more effectively scare you. Gunslinger Pro does it to create a sense of
I swear
personal
he hasn't
growth
talked about the
through
hidden
approaching what
video.
you
He
see
just
and helps tell a
he just
disturbing
brought up there was a
story in
hidden
new
URL
way.
to a hidden
And the
video, but he
June
didn't talk
Archive
about
most
it.
directly deals with this, interrogating the stability.
Though I didn't
and
say I didn't make any
authenticity
flip,
of
I
our
just love watching it. It was
memories,
basically
casting
YouTube for me
nostalgia
as a
a
kid.
possible danger
Wait, was it
from
actually
stuck in the
YouTube
past,
service? I
both
thought it
in
was just
terms
only
of
for
someone in the present
animating.
being obsessed
Oh,
with
okay.
reliving
Well,
the
not like
past,
YouTuber,
and
but
the
like
fact
kind
that
of like a
our
YouTube.
memories are
He
stuck
did talk about
in
it was the one talking about
fading
oh,
and
the memory
changing,
person.
and
Oh,
if we
okay.
forget,
I was so
we let them
confused.
fade, what becomes of them? I find this concept of building a series based around nostalgia so interesting. Not just throwing in, oh, I remember that references for likability points, but genuinely exploring the topic and building stories around
Yeah,
our past.
that's so cool.
These collective memories we have about certain media at certain times. Again, a few years ago, that would have been the 80s and 90s, and that still is pretty prevalent in a lot of ways. But I think these audiences and creators, as they continue
Still,
to grow up,
Gunslinger
and
Pro is the
series
most
like
scariest
these
one.
get more of a footing, we'll be seeing a lot more digital horror. Again, a lot of people got burned out on analog horror pretty quick, and creators are trying to find new ways to evolve the
Good.
genre. Maybe digital
Good.
horror is the next step. We've already started to see this take some sort of effect. The Mandela catalog has multiple entries that follow much closer to the digital horror format versus VHS. I find it really interesting we're not just seeing digital horror replace analog horror, but incorporate it into it. And to me, that makes sense.
If you
Growing
think
up
about that,
in
is like
early
the Blair Witch
2000s,
Project
my
kind of
childhood is
like Steam
mixed.
streamlined it
I
a
still
little
watched
bit.
plenty of VHS tapes and played SNES games, but I was also introduced to YouTube while I was growing up and the entire internet space. I played all these games, watched a lot of these videos. I think that as this newer generation starts to take up the mantle of creators, we're going to see digital horror continue to become an online horror staple.
So, those are my thoughts on these.
You know, I just realized it's so
digital
detailed
horror
when that guy
series.
escaped with his
Whole new
minecart. He made sure you
genre.
grabbed the other one and
All the
placed it
series
to
are
them. It's the
still
other
ongoing
thing.
to
Can
my
I use
knowledge,
it
and
too?
there's no substitute for watching the series yourself. So I highly recommend you check all of these.
I will for
I
sure
made a
watch
bit of
them
music for this
sometime.
video. I make soundtracks for all my videos, but a lot of the time there's just not enough to make sense to go up on Spotify. But if enough of you are interested.
He did that to make him move. Oh yeah, you do that, right? Oh yeah, the old minecart trail. Yeah, true. Also, by the way, I wanted to show you guys something that I think was scary. That scared the crap out of me. Was this? Hold on. Tower Easter egg. Dude, this was scary. Like, everyone back then, like, this was like the thing, right? So basically, Gmod Tower, like, you guys know whole VR chat, right? So Gmod Tower is basically like VR chat mixed with Dark RP and like had a lot of games you could play and everything. And basically, like, the developers were hard at work, and, you know, the game was shut down because there was not enough funding, right? But it had such a creepy Easter egg at, like, the end. Like not the end, but, like, you could find. And it actually is very interesting. Like, let me show you guys. So, basically, it'll load you in to a new instance, right? And then, like... Wait, is this it? I don't think this is it. Okay, yeah, I think this is it. Let me just skip to. So, basically, like... You basically, like, hop over the map, right? Like, you go in this weird area, and you just see only a billboard. And it literally loads. I think it loads the whole level to this level, I think. No, I'm just saying it was the YouTube for me as a kid. As a kid, I didn't watch much YouTube as I do now. Okay, that's fair. But, yeah, like, it loads into a new level. And, dude, this was so scary to me because it was so subtle. Like, you'll see what I mean. Like, literally, it crashes your game, too. Oh my god, like, this scared the crap out of me. I didn't personally try the Easter egg because I was scared of, like... Oh god, that scared the crap out of me. Dude, this Easter egg was insane, and it was scary as hell. A lot of people debated if this was fake or not, but literally, whatchamacallit, it got patched out in Gmod Tower, if I recall. Like, I heard people say it actually got patched, and like, billboard just disappeared. But this was so scary. Dude, this was so... Dude, I don't want to get jump scared. I'm gonna get scared. Like, it's so scary. And, like, this thing right here gives me goosebumps to this day, chat. The elongated neck, the tiny head. Dude. And it's all in a freaking game that's about just hanging out with your friends, man. Like, that just... Like, I don't know why they added that. It was so, like, horrific. And it would just crash your game. It would just straight up crash your game. And that's, like, insane to me. Wait, is that why you have that one-night monster? Like, yes! It's, like, literally when I saw that when I was young, right? It has ingrained in me that I'm terrified of long necks. Like, super absurdly long necks like that. I think it's just because, literally, I actually played Gmod Tower when I was young. So, literally, knowing that there was something like this in the game was scary to me. Like, that was the most messed up, like, Easter egg I've ever seen in my entire life, actually. Like, to me, that was, like, the most terrifying thing ever. Like, it was awful. Like, I actually literally was, like, so tempted to cry. Like, like, that was too much for me, man. Too much for me. Oh my god. That was a trip, though. That was certainly a trip of horror right there. You'll probably love giraffes. Giraffes actually don't scare me. I don't get scared about that stuff. It's more like I'm scared of, like, specific things. Hello, Petra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whatchamacallit. Dude, that was so terrifying. That was honestly the most terrifying thing I've seen in a while. For sure, for sure. There was just an earthquake on my sleeve. How bad was the earthquake? Was it a little bit or was it major? Was it a major earthquake, I'm guessing? Did I miss something? Yeah, you missed a lot of stuff, Kendra. I took a piss. Yeah, you missed us watching Gmod Tower stuff. But I'm gonna probably like edit some more stuff. I probably think maybe swap this to an editing stream or probably like play games. It was mid to kind of big. Oh, okay. Are you safe? Are you? Are you safe? You better be safe, hopefully. Because right now we gotta keep each other safe. Keep the vibes going. I do want to play with you. Oh, if I play games, I'm mostly gonna play by myself. Usually I still like play with people if I like make it like a set day for me to play, because I gotta get in the mood and groove for that type of feeling, to be honest with you. Maybe next time, Kendra. Maybe next time. But yeah, actually, no, I should not edit, because I want to save editing for special days, because I feel like it'll be kind of lame to like do it like that, actually. You ever play Morrowind? I actually have never played Morrowind. I actually really want to play Morrowind, though, for sure. That is one of the bucket list games I want to play. Same with Oblivion. I actually never played Oblivion or Morrowind. I actually really want to play those two, actually. I actually really do want to play Morrowind, though. But actually, I think if... Chad, do you think it'll be best if we just end the stream here? And then I could literally just stream. I would love to play with you. Yeah, actually, I've been seeing a lot of people wanting to play with me really badly. So I've been kind of thinking about, like, maybe making a stream viewer day later in the week, probably. Maybe I'll make it for TF2 day. And also I didn't follow guys with the mix so we can all play together. Like, would you guys think it would be a good idea? Would you guys like that idea or no? But yeah, I think we should probably, like... I probably should end the stream here, but don't leave, though, chat, because we're always going to find someone to raid, obviously. Because honestly, I think I'm kind of, like, burnt out with Thought Top is top. My brain is completely, like, brain dead right now. But I definitely for sure want to play with you guys, though. We'll definitely make a special day where we can all play together. I think that's all idea, but it would be fun to play games. Yeah! We can play, like, TF2, Fall Guys, and all that type of jazz. I think it would be really fun to have a community game night or, like, play on stream together or whatever. I think that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. I already know who I want to raid because they basically kind of started. And they're a really good friend of my friends, and I think they're really cool. We're going to raid Zyla. Hold on, raid Zyla Gal. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming along to the stream. I really appreciate you guys all coming along and watching me. Please make sure you give love and attention to Zyla. She's an amazing streamer. If you guys want to keep up to date what I do, please follow my socials down below. You guys are all amazing. I'll type the message down below. Love you all. Bye-bye.